Really? It's in the right place.
Coming to you live from We the People Podcast Network. Welcome to this week's Politically Correcting Podcast and your weekly dose of common freaking sense. My co-host, Lavelle Lewis.
Gia.
Austin on the ones and twos.
Oh, hello.
Let's toast for our ability to share a drink with friends, have open and honest dialogue concerning various topics of the week, and to walk away always still being friends.
Absolutely.
Salute.
Salute. I need to be turned up in my headphones like Jay-Z. I'm about to spit some bars today.
You got
Which one is me?
Your headphones are
which
quiet?
one to all the way
Which
to the
one?
right.
Far right?
Yep.
New studio digs.
I swear we are actually
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
ooh, you know what really sucks?
I need to hear Austin's voice.
My dulcet tones.
Yes.
Yeah.
The calming common sense part of the show.
I'm sorry, what?
That sounds like an accurate representation of what I bring.
Yes. The calming common sense. We need it, man, because sometimes we can go off the meat rack.
Just here to pull you guys back in when you get
always
a little
on the meat
too,
rack.
too crazy.
No way.
Yeah.
It has been a very crazy week, and that's why we actually don't have a guest this week, is because we have so much to talk about, and that's so bad because I have so much content that I sent you that I don't even have the verse of the week, but I have one, so don't worry.
Oh,
and it pertains to the Easter weekend, okay? Because my wife, and my mother went to church, right? I'm not gonna say which church because I really do like the church, but it didn't hit, man. It just didn't. The Easter conversation just didn't hit, and so I want to give my own version of what we should be talking about on Easter, which is always about
the bunny.
No, the gospel,
The rabbit.
and what that means to us as Gentiles.
Not the pagan part where they were.
Nope, not the
having
stars
sex
aligning
orgies and
or
all
the
that
pagan
stuff?
part. None of that.
All right. That's the best part.
Ephesians 3:6 is where Paul states, this mystery is that through the gospel, the Gentiles are heirs together with Israel, members together of one body, and sharers together in the promise of Christ Jesus. What we need to understand is that when Christ died on the cross, he was the propitiation of our sins. He was the perfect lamb, right? And he was the fulfiller of the law. If you think back, just use your actual common sense here. Who were the 10 commandments given to?
No one. They didn't exist.
Oh my God. In the
Moses,
Bible, who were the 10
Moses
commandments?
allegedly?
It was given to Moses. Moses gave it to the people of Israel, right? In the Bible, how did the Israelites, how did they get rid of their sins? What were they supposed to do in order to, or were supposed to shed in order to, get rid of their sins, wash away their sins?
I thought their overall job was to believe in God himself, choose God over,
No,
what they had before.
That wasn't it yet, because the way they got rid of their sins was by shedding the blood of a blemish-free animal. Let's say animal in general.
Okay, they had it.
So they had to cut on the altar, right? So the sacrifice was a blemish-free animal. That was the Israelites. No other entity, no other group of people had to do that. Because there were other groups of people who were alive when Israelites were alive, obviously, because they were in servitude or in slavery to another group of people. So there were other entities alive who were not living under the law of God, and they were not living under the rule where if you want to forgive yourself of your sins, or you wanted me to forgive you of your sins, you have to sacrifice a lamb. Christ being the sacrificial lamb and Christ being the person who ended the law, that's all Israelites. That is all the Jewish people. That is all them. It has nothing to do with us. Not until Christ disseminated the disciples out throughout the land and said, go preach the gospel. And even then he said, do not preach to the Gentiles. He specifically said, don't preach to the Gentiles, until Saul came around, who was out there killing Christians, literally beheading them. And he came to Saul, changed his name to Paul, told him to go out there and preach to the Gentiles. That is who we learn our gospel from. That is why it says, that's why this mystery, because it wasn't given to the disciples. It wasn't given to anyone but Paul. Christ came to Paul. God came to Paul directly and said, this is the gospel. Go preach it to the Gentiles. He's the only one who was ever told to go preach to the Gentiles from Christ or the disciples. This mystery is that through the gospel, the Gentiles are heirs together with Israel. So since Israel did not believe that Jesus was Christ, since Israel did not believe that the prophet Jesus was the Savior Jesus, then we became the sharers together in the promise of Christ Jesus. We were members together of one body with the Israelites. We were heirs together of the promise with Israel. That's the true gospel of Christ's life, death, burial, resurrection, and subsequent gift to us Gentiles who are not with Israel or of Israel. That's the gospel. That's what I was hoping to hear preached on Easter. Unfortunately, it wasn't.
My question.
Go ahead.
All this hoopla and back and forth between the Jews and the Christians and the Gentiles and all the other people in between that you were talking about.
I only spoke about.
So Moses came before Jesus.
Yes.
And then Moses got the 10 Commandments. His job was to influence the other Hebrews that, there's a new way. Don't worship that deity that, you think is the way, that lamb. Get rid of that and believe in God, right?
Right.
So then Jesus comes after that whole situation?
Yes, because that was the Old Testament.
That was the Old Testament.
That was literally the second book of the Old Testament. So much happened between when Moses came and gave the 10 Commandments from Christ to the people, between that and the actual coming of Jesus.
Got you. So within Moses, you had King Ramses, who was the king at the time, and Nefertiti, that was his wife at the time. So they were the ones that the Jews was beefing with at the time because they were, slaves at that moment.
Among
right? the
many people that they were beefing with.
All right.
The entire Old Testament is all about who they're beefing with, to be honest.
So where within the timeline was Moses?
One of the very beginning.
Which was, he of course he had to be before Christ, right?
Right.
So when was that? Like which BC? Allegedly.
Not allegedly.
Allegedly.
What does BC mean?
Before Christ,
right? So it's not allegedly. It can't be allegedly. Like the entire civilization of the entire world talks about BC being before Christ.
That's not true. That's just not true.
You can't make things up, Austin.
Yeah, no. The reason why we do BC is because, the superpowers of the world at the time that, just like.
Where's the hat? Where's the aluminum foil hat?
No, just like the British Empire was Christian, and so that's what, and they just sort of spread everywhere, and they're like, yeah, no, this is the calendar,
okay,
and that's why that is.
I'm probably in agreement with you. I'm just kind of like giving you shit.
So the timeline is not really accurate between the two.
Oh, it's probably it's definitely hundreds of years.
Okay,
before Christ was even born.
My question is, within just Moses himself, is Moses' grave documented?
No.
So, all right. So where is Jesus' grave then? If Jesus came after Moses, because if Jesus came way after Moses, we had to have, burials, and ceremonies, and all those things.
Yeah. He actually was gifted a grave by a very wealthy man.
Who was? Moses?
Jesus.
Or Jesus?
Jesus.
So we can go check it out. Find Jesus.
You can go. Yeah, absolutely. You can't find Jesus.
I'm just trying.
You can't find Jesus.
You can't find Jesus. He's gone. He's resurrected. Why would you be able to find Jesus?
Well, he didn't die again.
No.
So there's no
Where did
body.
He go? He just like
he was resurrected up to heaven.
Oh, I see. So he just zipped back up.
Well, technically, he actually was in the town next over, where they found him.
Oh wait, so he came back and then he was just like, I'm gonna go over there.
No, he came back and went to other people and said, well, first of all, he did go to the disciples and said, here I am. He showed up as a spirit, and to prove himself, he showed his hand that showed that there was a spike indentation, not indentation, but an actual hole in his hands to say, look, I am the one that they crucified.
I see.
Is there any particular reason why Easter changes? Like, it sometimes is in March, sometimes it's in the end of April. Why does Easter change?
I'm not one to truly believe that the dates are accurate on.
So that's not my question. I'm asking, why does it change from year to year? Because next year is supposed to be
the Earth
April
isn't flat
30th.
and it spins on an axis,
Okay.
and then it goes around the entire sun, and then the entire universe goes around other universes. So there is a time difference, especially since every 4 years we add an additional day. So there has to be, and then each individual month has different days.
Easter next year is going to be when? April 30th, I think.
Let's say sure.
And this year it was the beginning of April. That's a huge difference. Like,
let's see when is
it's because of Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is on the 24th.
2024.
It's on the 24th, right? On a Thursday, all day, every day.
Sorry?
No,
Thanksgiving.
Easter. No, Thanksgiving is a third Wednesday or third Thursday.
On a third Thursday. So it's usually, but it's usually around the 24th to 25th.
It's whatever the third Thursday is. So there's like a week that it could be.
Okay, so within that week, though,
Easter's on March 31st, not April 31st.
March 31st. So it's moving up.
Well, it's moving days, yes. Whether it goes up or down, depending on the spin of the Earth and the
spin of
revolution,
right? But also where the sun is located at that moment in time.
And you think someone could have like marked the day for us, you know?
Right.
They came back. Like,
why would they?
Because we're on the
so
same
confusing?
calendar still. We're still on the Roman calendar.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So your whole basis here is
not my whole basis.
Okay, what are we arguing?
I'm just.
What is it that we're arguing here?
Why do
days change?
What's the difference between the Roman calendar and the calendar that we have right now?
We're still on the Roman calendar.
We're still on the Roman calendar.
Yeah, that's why. Like August is named after Augustus Caesar.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the Romans are the one that killed Jesus too, right?
And July is after Julius Caesar.
Sure. Why? Wow. What road are we going down here?
I'm just saying, like,
we're still trying to
because someone said they were very compelling. I'm trying to figure out what is compelling here.
We're just poking holes in every argument.
I don't understand the hole that you're arguing.
Like, well, just why does Easter move?
Mm-hmm. Why does a day move?
Yeah.
Okay. Why does my birthday is not the same day?
What? You don't have a birthday?
September 25th is always the same day, but it's a different day.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Right, but it doesn't go from the number date.
Oh, you know what? Let me tell you. Hold on.
Yeah,
I see where you're trying to go with here. So, Jesus's birth was not written in the books, right? Mm-hmm. Because why? Why do you think?
Oh, maybe
because he wasn't real.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea why. Trust me.
Oh, he was born in a manger
because in order to get the
they probably had to save some taxes, so they didn't want to say.
In order to get the pagans on board, they just told him that his birthday was lined up with the winter solstice, which they already had a party for.
Yes,
party for winter solstice.
Yeah,
where the 3 stars came bearing gifts.
Yep.
Along the stars, they were holding it coming down.
The 3 wise men, right?
Yeah, it doesn't actually it's not going out for everyone else. It's just there's just
Jen's on point. This is where I was going, Jen. So 2 points in history where the rulers of the time tried coming after 3 times. Actually, if you count today, 3 times in history where rulers of the earth went after children and tried destroying them in order to prevent the next coming, essentially. So Christ's birth, who was it? Herod, was it? That was killing all the babies? All the firstborn sons. They went around and killed all the firstborn sons.
That's the same story of Moses as well.
That is the same story of Moses, and Moses also lived through it.
Well, his son lived through it. Ramses' son is the one that died because he went against God. I mean, it goes
when you go against God.
It goes back to God.
Did you just watch like The Prince of Egypt, and that's what you're?
No.
Okay,
I'm.
He's all up Ramses' backside.
Well, I'm going off of. I mean, first of all, the 10 Commandments is literally one of the staples of American history because it came on ABC every single Easter.
Oh, yes. Sure. Let my people go.
Let my people go.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I did recently just see it though, by the way. That's why it's like fresh in my brain.
I figured.
So, but the question though, because I'm watching it, I'm like, again, I'm just brainstorming, just thinking like, what would Austin say about this shit? Right?
It's a good movie.
The same story that you just said, right, with Moses, it is very similar to the story of Jesus. A lot of people didn't.
Not very similar, but sure.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of people condemned him based off the fact that he's trying to deliver the word of God, right? A lot of folks wanted to stone him because
there weren't prophecies of Moses, though. The entire Old Testament is filled with prophecies. The entire Torah is filled with prophecies. The entire Old Testament is filled with prophecies. Jesus Christ came and fulfilled all the prophecies. And not only that, every other religious entity talks about Jesus.
And we're still trying.
Every religious entity
what are you talking about?
talks about Jesus. What did the Muslims say about Jesus? He was a prophet, right?
Yeah.
So he existed.
No, because Islam was founded like 1,000 years ago. Like,
right, but they talk about Jesus.
I agree.
Right.
Well, that book was already made.
Right. So Islam talks about him. Muslim talks about him.
In circulation.
Right. By the time all of them talk about Jesus, the man Jesus.
Literally just Judeo-Christian, like Islamic religions.
No, that's incorrect. You got to read your books that I give you.
No,
he's still on that book. I'm gonna read that shit. I'll read it.
Thank you.
Take it. Read it.
Matter of fact, is there an audio book? Because I can't see myself.
No, read a freaking book like a grown-up Gen X person.
All right, listen. Here's my issue with this book. Right, you have a turncoat to the Islamic.
So you're automatic. Hold on. You know that's a fallacy. Automatically,
I'm not about to bash it, but I'm just leery about reading it because again, if you switch sides, if you go from the blood to the Crips, then you're gonna be, you're gonna just prove your worth to the other side.
He has a PhD in Islamic studies, and he taught at Al Azhar University in Cairo.
Listen,
and grew up as a devout Muslim. Like, how much more? And then he earned a master's degree in world religion and a PhD in Christian education. He literally is educated on the top 3.
Hold on.
Studies of religious beliefs in the world.
Listen,
and you're gonna sit there and call him a turncoat, and you shouldn't believe him and anything he says.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying,
hold on. I can find you some people with PhDs with things you don't agree with. I can find you some gender studies PhDs.
No. We're talking religious here.
Well, I'm just saying, like, having a PhD does not make you like the end all be all.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is when I have a question about my foot, I go to a foot doctor.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. When I have a question about my brain, I go to a brain doctor. When I have a question about Islamic studies, I go to a fucking Islamic doctor.
All right, so
that's what he is.
Here's my. I'll say this.
I don't necessarily believe that's even.
You can't just make. I mean, you can't just make up freaking PhDs in this day and age.
No,
but come on,
I just don't know that I believe this guy was ever.
What is?
Oh my
gosh. The Gregorian calendar is used.
There you go, Gregorian calendar.
Yes,
not the Roman calendar.
Well, it's still based off of the Roman.
My question though is, how many versions of the Bible are there, and which one should we go off of?
See, that's another fallacy because you're going to claim that there's different versions of the Bible.
I'm not claiming
so therefore they are against each other.
No, I'm just saying that there are different versions that have been circulated throughout history. Which is the accurate one? Are you saying it's the first one that was ever created or the last one? Which is the one to say, you know what, this is the one.
Do you want to read from the Syrian tablets or from the Talmud or from the Septuagint? Like, what is it that you want to read from? You want to read from someone that actually speaks in English?
I'm going to say this within just the first documents of whatever. The reason why they created that was for an element of control. Whoever wrote it knew they had to explain what everybody else that was following them. They had to answer all these questions that people kept asking.
Not only that, but when you sit there and claim that entire group of people saw something, then at some point when you write about it and there's thousands of the same.
The Native Americans didn't write about Jesus. They believed that the world sat on the top of a turtle.
Okay.
And within,
they were on different hemispheres.
Doesn't matter, but within that,
so why would they write about them?
Again, within that, they never talked about Jesus or any type of
why would they
human being being
why would they?
Well, I don't understand why they needed to follow because they were connected.
Nor did anyone else. No one else did. The only people that spoke about Jesus was
no one
Israelites.
Else. These thousands of eyewitnesses.
So are you claiming that the Jewish people are taking over religion and guiding you down a road that you shouldn't be believing?
I wouldn't.
That's what he's trying to say. I know he is.
No, that's not where I'm getting at with as far as Native Americans.
A little.
But what I'm saying, as far as anything that comes over within that side of the hemisphere, from the African continent all the way up north through Europe and all the way over to even Asia, India, and the Chinese folks over there. There's always been some form of deity that was used by the folks in the higher echelons of just leaders, rulers, etc.
Right.
If you just look at
but
Indian
Jesus said
history,
not to listen to those leaders. I mean, not to listen to them. He said follow them for what they need.
Of course, quote unquote, he's going to say that.
So why would these leaders why would they use Jesus as their entity to say, listen to this guy and fall under our power?
Because everybody needs somebody to relate to. Everyone needs someone to root for.
Like the Catholic Church did it for hundreds of years in order to just, make money.
Well, I'm not going to equate.
And what a plan that was.
I can't.
And what a plan the Christian religion has been able to utilize Jesus as goodness gracious.
What part of Christianity?
Joel Osteen, that guy. How much money has Joel made?
Hold on. That we can say the same thing about people who started BLM. And then blame all black people. We can't use Joel Osteen.
I'm not blaming
the person that represents all Christianity.
I'm not blaming all of anyone that follows these
people.
So
a greedy man started his own entity within the Christian faith and said that God wants you to live in abundance, and therefore that's why I'm charging you these many ticket prices, and that's why I'm getting this much money. And we are going to equate that to what entity within Christianity?
No, I'm just saying how it proves how much of a tool it's used for manipulation.
What isn't? COVID was used as a tool.
Yeah, but we're talking about religion. This is the first form of this is when they knew, like, yo, listen, let's use it.
Is COVID not a religion to some people?
Sure. But why does that refute anything
it's saying? Not refuting. It's you're talking about man. You're talking about the downfall of man is that we are greedy in nature.
We are.
Right.
And so people could have created,
but besides Jesus, but the only what is wrong with believing in Jesus?
There's nothing.
Right. So what's the negative of believing that he died for our sins and that we will one day come to heaven?
We also just want proof,
right?
But we just want proof. Evidence.
We're not saying facts. You can't believe in him.
How would you have faith? At what point would you have faith?
It's the same as the Mayans believing in the fact that if I sacrifice 70 bodies today so that the gods from above will rain down on us or stop the droughts,
I think the science has quite vehemently proven that wrong.
Right, but within just that time, they knew that they needed someone of a higher power to use to manipulate the masses and have them do what they want to say, do what they want. What they say. That's where we're coming from within it. And then just going further within the conversation, we're like, there's a lot of stuff that's showing where Jesus never really existed. And it's just a story.
Not a lot of stuff. There is.
There's a lot of stories with Adam and Eve from the beginning within the Bible that this doesn't seem like it makes sense.
Well, this is what we're gonna do.
Adam and I've seen stuff where they said
we're gonna automatically believe what Jose says. We're gonna start a whole nother religion, and we're gonna get mad greedy on people, and then you're gonna say all Christians are.
Hold on, what do we say?
We're not saying
who said that? I can't see what
tribes before Christ had legends.
Who was the one who
legions.
Okay,
legends of flood, dispersion, and blood rituals for atonement of sin.
Right.
Paul preached to this exact thing. Okay. I don't.
Sure.
Okay.
But my thing is,
because it's the same stories that have gone throughout history, absolutely.
This is information
there's only been one person that has fulfilled those legends.
But you keep saying this, but that's not. There's no evidence that he did. So what you're saying is there was a book that said this was going to happen.
Yep. And many books that said this was going to happen.
So this Torah,
and then it happened.
No, and then another book said it happened.
There's many books that say this general thing is going to happen. And then there was one book or many books that said this person was going to come and save.
Right. And then your other book said it did happen, but there's no proof that it did happen.
Except for the
eyewitness accounts from that
Here-
book.
here's
that
Except for
Sorry,
says-
put like this.
historical significance.
no,
of them.
I
I
will.
will
Historical
say this.
accounts, biblical accounts.
So
What is the difference between historical?
this is what you
and-
need. Hold on, Jose. I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give her some. I'm a promoter right here because I've spoken to Emily multiple times about the Bible, and you probably need her on the show because she can back you up on all this Bible stuff. Me for one,
I'm
and
just a
Austin
believer.
for
I'm
two,
not a.
and Austin for one, and off for two. There's holes in this story that just doesn't add up, and then there's also
Right.
facts.
You haven't brought up this holes.
There is holes. There are holes. Like there's a ton of holes.
There's
we keep bringing up
We
holes.
keep
You
bringing
keep
them-
saying that
Yeah.
they're not holes.
No,
Your
just-
whole
Nope,
argument
they're
is
not
that
holes.
Jesus didn't exist.
No, that's
the
not
whole
it.
holes.
Possible
No.
that he didn't exist.
Yes, and
Okay, and what
also
else?
the story of Jesus is all based off of other stories that were all coming from the explanation of how the solar system worked, from the sun to the stars and everything they saw up above. Because again, the first place you look when you pray is where? Up above.
Not me. I close my eyes.
If you go back and you just kind of try and put yourself in the shoes of the folks who didn't have absolutely no distractions whatsoever to
Right.
anything
Right.
other
They
than
look up to the sky.
waking up in the morning, going out and seeing if they're going to get something to eat, how they're going to survive for that day, etc. Like
Mhm.
that's it. There's no other distractions. So the only thing you're going to look up to is the freaking sun. And when all of a sudden that sun, either there's a solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, anything that happens in that sky that they cannot explain.
Uh-huh.
The storytellers, the people who are congregating, hey folks, listen, it's story time. This is what this is. This
Yes.
is,
Okay.
they're creating these stories.
Yes.
These folks probably needed these explanations, bro. They needed these explanations. They needed names. They needed folks that look like them to be able
Sure,
to
let's go with that.
understand
Okay.
how
does that
the
negate Jesus?
stars work.
How does that negate
Well,
the
We're not
death
saying
of
that
Jesus Christ?
See,
Don't be
I think-
slamming beer.
No. I'm not slamming beer. I'm setting it down so that I can use my hands while I talk because that's what I do.
They can't see it.
I know, but you can.
We
And
should
that's all
have
that
like a light
matters.
behind him that shows like the.
That's right.
Listen, you know,
That's right. Right.
No, don't
doesn't really show
don't-
up.
Don't steal my shine. bro.
Anyway, I think the problem here is that
We're
not
with you. The problem.
No,
in
the
your
problem
mind.
with our arguments.
Okay, go ahead.
The
I see many problems with your arguments. Continue.
is that the burden of proof. You're trying to say that he did exist, and I cannot prove he didn't exist because you can't prove that something doesn't exist.
Right.
So the burden of proof is on the person or things saying that he does exist. And the proof you provided has not passed my level of evidence that like I deem acceptable.
Sure.
Or like
I'll find you a birth certificate then. I don't understand what it is that you need because I have
like Obama.
right. I have 2 pieces of paper that say I existed.
Yo,
and one woman that was there.
I'm gonna read this.
So that's
book.
3 entities that say I exist,
right.
and Jesus has like a million.
No,
more.
but he doesn't. That's the thing. You keep saying there are thousands of eyewitnesses, but there are what, 4 a disciple or 4 gospels?
Yeah, and how many people did they bring up in those gospels?
They can bring up as many as they want.
Yeah, but when
that
those
doesn't mean
people
they're
actually
real.
existed,
No,
There's so many more arguments that you guys could definitely have that I also would say, yeah, I'm with you on that. I do disagree with you with the religious sect on that. This is not one of them. You can't disagree that Jesus didn't live. You can't disagree that Jesus didn't die.
we can.
The thing you can disagree with is
Don't-
that he wasn't resurrected.
I tell you what.
And even then, I have proof.
Oh, you
But
wait,
what?
you don't got proof on that.
You don't
bro.
have
Like,
proof,
How
though.
many?
There's no proof on that.
How many more eyewitnesses do you need?
Eyewitnesses.
In
You
a
just
court
let
of law,
anybody
in
in
a
a
court
book.
of law, you need 2, right?
Right, but
Well,
there
when you
aren't
have 4,
any.
it still boggles my mind how you can't.
So all of those gospels were written decades later.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
2 decades later, when they were
No,
still alive.
multiple decades later.
Okay.
And yeah, you seem to think that people
I sent it
lived
to you.
longer back then
Do you not think people live longer?
before modern medicine. No,
You don't think people live longer?
200 years,
The
and
two-
then the flood wiped it
900
out.
years. Yeah.
900. Oh,
You don't believe that?
No.
Oh, you're crazy. You don't think they had babies
Whoa,
at 900
no.
years old?
No,
Oh, see, this is an argument that you should
That's
definitely be
so
having.
wild
And
that you
Yes,
think that.
that's an argument you should definitely be having.
Yes.
all right.
Because
so,
even I'm like, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Right.
But you're not
how
having
does
that.
that make sense?
But the part you're having an argument with is whether or not a person existed.
yes, because
Yeah,
well, I mean,
it's the wrong fight, bro. It's just the wrong fight.
I'm also having
It's
that
the wrong fight.
I don't believe Muhammad existed. I really don't. I think that Islamic faith is also based off of the astrology as well. The crescent and the star.
See, I love talking
the
about
crescent and the star. The crescent part is actually the rings of Saturn, and the star is also the storm on top of Saturn. I've seen that, and I mean, the arguments definitely point towards that.
That's
as well.
also the Shriners.
Exact, but still, a lot of that stuff is based off of that planet.
Everything's based off of planets and
Yes,
stars.
that's the whole point of the Bible and Jesus itself.
That's not the
it's
whole
the
point.
Same thing.
That's
it's
not
the
whole
same
point.
thing. When he walks on
What I'm
water, it
saying-
has everything to do with the position of the sun in April when it's in the sky longer than it was before. He has arisen because again,
You're trying to say that Jesus didn't walk on water?
No.
Oh, you know what?
No.
That's it.
If he was a human,
That's it.
If he was a human being, no, he's not the only ever like Marvel comic freaking. No.
Next, you're gonna say that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
I will say it. Yes.
Who was in the lion's den? I'm sorry, we're in the fire.
Didn't happen. I don't even believe.
My goodness.
I don't even believe the Moses story, bro.
Oh my!
And I just watched 10 Commandments. I laughed the whole time. Now, what I did catch though, within just watching the movie, I find the underlying messages within it, and even within
that's the only part that matters.
Yes, but again, there are stories that try.
Literally, the only part.
These
that
are
matters.
stories that's trying to explain
take
the human
away the names.
nature.
Right, fine, take away all the names.
Human nature and how we react to people.
Fine, let's take away all the names of the Bible. All right, take away all the names. Do not bring up a single name.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so the rules that the Bible gives you to live by, that is beneficial for your soul. What part of that is wrong?
Souls
Which
aren't
part
real.
of the Bible? Which one?
Souls aren't real.
Fine. Which would give you a better life?
I disagree with that.
I know.
I believe within just that part.
Fine. What part of the Bible does not produce a better good for you in the future if you abided by the overarching rules that the Bible gives you?
Because I don't think.
Which one?
Leviticus.
That's Old Testament.
I know. I'm just
put like this. I don't know any actual names of testaments and all that stuff. But what I will say is this:
love thy neighbor as thyself.
Yeah, right. But
and when you pray, look internally because God is inside of you.
Yes, but again, it's
so what part of that is wrong?
It's not wrong, but
all right, so that's good then.
But within the Bible, though, there is a limit. There's a limit
to what?
Just what you can know and what God is willing to allow. Because when Eve told Adam to bite the damn apple, and again, that's just lesson number 1 for men. Don't listen to fucking women. Are you gonna
or people that identify as women?
Right. Or you're gonna destroy humanity.
Right.
No, but within just what happened with the Adam and Eve story, when God realized that we now knew what consequences were, we knew what, if we made a choice, if we made a decision, there's going to be duality. That's what the whole Bible is about.
Right.
Period.
Right. That Austin doesn't believe in.
But there is a limit because within the tree of life itself, we don't have access to that within the Bible.
Right.
Why?
Because then you will become just like God.
Why wouldn't you want that though?
Exactly.
Why within just God himself?
Every movie in history has always shown you why you don't want to live forever.
Now, within that though, is that really God speaking or is that the devil speaking? Because you really don't know who God is talking to throughout the entire Bible.
See, again, these are the types of conversations that I love having because I'll go Rochambeau on this all day.
Sure.
Because who is he actually talking
Who's
to
he talking
when
to?
he says they will become like us?
Yes, they'll be like us. Exactly.
I agree. What does that mean? To me, it means possibly, potentially, and again, this might be sacrilegious. Does that mean there are more gods?
There has to be.
Or does that mean he was
none.
talking to the angels?
Or none.
Or none.
Or just within again, going back to the reason why these documents were written. They knew that there was
the reason?
The reason, yes.
Yeah.
They knew that there was an overall individual responsibility of us as human beings and how we treat one another. We can become like God if we do live a life of purity. And within God, if we have the ability to manifest our own destiny, we have the ability to think about things that we want, and then all of a sudden they come to us. If we abide by the laws of human nature, if we abide by the laws of energy and how it transfers between us, and someone else, we abide by the rules, then we are rewarded by that. But again, it just goes back to where me and Austin are coming from the very beginning of this four-show conversation.
You're arguing about the spokesman.
So actually, can I put this a different way? Let's talk about a different religion. Because
you might lose me, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, all right. So we're gonna just take any religion. We're gonna take the Greeks. We're gonna talk about the Greeks for a second.
I love the Greeks.
Zeus, all them.
The Nephilim.
Sure. Why did that religion exist? Because you don't believe it's real, right?
No, I never said that.
Oh, okay. But that doesn't line up with the biblical. No other god except
that religion doesn't get me to heaven.
Okay.
And by heaven, that may or may not mean like a heavenly mental space. To me, it literally means actual heaven. But to many others, it means I'm living in a constant state of tranquility and peace.
Okay. But
so that does not get me there. And to either one of those places.
But then where did this religion come from?
No, this talks about the Greek gods, essentially. This talks about the Nephilim. It talks about the.
All right, then let's pick Mayan gods then. Something that is there's no way the Bible references anything.
They don't. They definitely don't reference the Mayans.
Right.
Do the Mayans have gods or do they have idols?
They have gods.
Right.
To
them, they are gods.
Gods. Like, the
sun god?
We need a 6-month-old because this is what the gods want. And we're gonna throw this kid. I watched. What was the movie that Mel Gibson did?
Apocalyptic.
Oh, I love
one of
that
Edna's
movie.
favorite movies.
Almost.
I love that movie. I think it was fantastic.
I've never actually seen this.
No,
you never.
I know.
Oh,
hold
God.
on. I've seen a lot of movies.
We're done.
Oh,
I haven't seen them all.
We're done.
There's always another movie.
We're done. Let's go on to.
We've been on for 43 minutes.
What are we
I have
talking
not gotten
about
to
now?
a single.
Let's go.
Single topic.
You don't know who Almost is?
I don't.
I'll Austin, please, when you see, you have to watch it because that will
Very
completely help shut down this argument because
no, it won't.
Yes, it would.
No, it won't.
Bro,
So,
there is no connection between what they were doing to those folks in that movie to what we're talking about right now. They were in a land of their own.
If I could finish my
let the man finish. Jeez.
So you have this group that believes in these gods. Why? Why? Where did these ones come from?
All right. So let me preface this by saying I believe that the Mayans were here before Adam and Eve.
That doesn't line up with the
Why not?
biblical story.
With the biblical story? Why not?
Yeah, because God created.
They were the first ones.
When?
It was just them two.
When did God create the heavens and the earth?
It's the start of the Bible.
Right.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
That's
So
all they said.
you're
And then
implying
a
that
second
they're
verse.
before the beginning?
There was darkness and then there was light and then there was Adam and Eve.
I'm implying that there was a gap between that first verse and the second verse. And it doesn't talk about that gap. It's like saying, once upon a time, this person existed. And then it goes into the story of how the rose petal fell. And
so, but why would your God create
multiple versions?
Yeah.
Because
that don't know about each other. And as soon as they would find out about each other, would fight about it.
Well, I don't think that cavemen would fight against us today about the idea of cavemen.
Well, I think that would fight about whatever they believe in.
Right.
It's kind of
cavemen don't believe in
that's
anything.
That's the nature of, belief, zealotry.
Right. So cavemen don't believe in anything. The Mayans believe in everything that he believes in, I guess, the sun and the stars and stuff.
Sure.
I believe that there were different variations of people on Earth. I believe that the Mayans were likely here, at the very least, the people who were cavemen were here when dinosaurs were on the Earth. Dinosaurs were never in the Bible. It was never discussed. But
I don't know that that lines up, but okay.
Well, it talks about how there was a darkness upon the face of the earth, right? So the earth was likely destroyed by what? Comet at some point, right?
Guess, yeah.
There was a fire at some point that destroyed Earth. We know that. There was ice that destroyed Earth. We know that. There was a flood that destroyed Earth. We know that. No, we know that. I think that's pretty. well known. I'm not talking about biblical flood. I'm talking about flood in general. At a time, there was water on pretty much every level. There was a time of that.
Jen Nardone said there was talk of a
Firmament.
Yeah, what is that?
So, oh man, Jen, you're gonna keep going with the conversation. From what I understand, a firmament. From what I understand, I may be completely wrong. There could be like another spiritual realm above the earth.
That's I mean,
yeah, firmament is the heavens or the sky, especially when regarded as a tangible thing.
I think the overall conscious mind does not die. I just don't.
No, I completely agree with that.
Okay, I think it does.
I don't agree with that. I think thought is something that definitely is transferred from just.
We are jumping all over the place on this belief system here.
I just want to put this out there. I am not trying to take anyone's belief from them.
Oh, trust me, you won't. Go ahead.
I only ever push back when people try to put their beliefs toward me.
I'm not pushing my belief on you.
I'm just saying, like,
I just don't want you to burn in hell forever. That's all.
I will defend
That's so wrong.
I will defend my beliefs because I believe they are well thought out and reasoned.
Well,
fine. I also believe the same thing.
We will,
which is why I like having these conversations.
This is probably a testament to you as a competitor. He's like, yo, fuck that. These guys are going to listen to me. They're gonna believe.
I feel like I'm on
I believe.
I feel like I'm on WXXI at all times with you two, because they always have 2 or more against me at every time, and then they spit out some stupid ass freaking garbage statistics. And I'm like, come on, you know that's not right.
We are testing your faith, Jose, and if we can get you to get off of that,
let me tell you,
put the cross down and take it off your back and say, I'm not gonna carry this anymore, Jesus. I don't want to sit on this cross with you.
So I have tested my own faith. The number one thing, actually, there's probably only one thing in my life that I ever regretted, because everything else I believed gets us to who we are today. I really don't believe in regret. One thing I do regret: I threw away a Bible.
Ooh, how did you do that?
I was literally
never letting that go.
I turned my back on God for a time period, and I went from that to coming back and challenging everything, because I was like, no, there's no way. And I challenged everything I believed in. I challenged, and I read, and I freaking investigated. And I did everything that I possibly could to keep myself in the world. And it just got to a point I was like, I can't fight it anymore. And I gave myself up and said, you know what? I am a believer. I do believe. This is who I am, and I must go down this path. As much of a sinner as I continue to be, it's still.
So it literally sounds like
so there's nothing you two can say.
No, this sounds like the moment when someone that's homosexual says, you know what? I just like meat. I just like gay. I like the bush bump. I love eating pussy.
Bush bump?
I'm gonna go that route.
Oh, you were still going?
Yeah.
Oh, did we even let you finish?
I guess
that's all I was going with.
I guess
not you. We didn't let him finish.
I think I just lost my train of thought. I had something. I had a point. It was going to be really poignant and smart. And
speaking of smart,
it's always.
Did you hear that Switzerland stopped promoting the vaccine? They stated, in principle, no COVID-19 vaccination is recommended for spring/summer 2023. Nearly everyone in Switzerland has either been vaccinated and or contracted and recovered from COVID-19. Their immune system has therefore been exposed to the coronavirus. This was the Federal Office of Public Health who wrote that on the website. Public health officials also backed their decision with data pointing to the virus likely circulating less this year. Furthermore, the newer virus variants cause milder illness than the earlier strains, including Delta. Thank you, Switzerland.
How many citizens were vaccinated? What's the percentage?
It was something along the lines of 3 million vaccinations that were given out, but they have a population of like 1.5, 1.8 million. And they also said that many people did not choose the second one of it because they already caught COVID. So they're like, well, you already caught COVID or you got the vaccine. At this point, you're good.
I think I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt because I think that the reaction that we're looking for is that the vaccinations didn't work, but I think this is kind of trying to show that the vaccinations did work, right? Like this is probably one where they said if 3 million were vaccinated, only 1 million citizens are
3 million doses.
3 million
let's say.
doses, right? But there's only 1.5 million about. So that means they gave out more doses than folks who were there. And then all of a sudden there's no trace. I think you gotta kind of be skeptical of this article in my eyes.
Or you can also look up how many people caught COVID in Switzerland. And be
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
People
But
are just done with it.
I think this is some Pfizer like bullshit trying to say that this worked. Like I didn't read the article.
You're going with the jaded version.
Yeah.
I'm going with the opposite. I'm going good. I'm glad that they're using science to say you either got the vaccine or you got COVID, and so therefore herd immunity is.
If they would have said if that was the case, they would lead with that though. They led with COVID vaccinations no longer, and here's why.
It says no longer recommends.
No longer recommends, right? But
I think that alone states what it should state.
Yeah, but they didn't talk about herd immunity.
All I did was quote somebody. I don't know. Maybe in the rest of the article it didn't.
Well, I think they did bring up the point that the virus has gotten weaker, which is the natural.
But that was what I already thought,
virus.
though. We all thought that from the beginning.
I mean,
but wouldn't you accept that in
what the
America?
Spanish
Like,
flu
wouldn't
did.
you be happy if America said that?
No, because again, I think first look at the photo. You have the vials there. It looks like Pfizer and Moderna. Excuse me, are the two names that are there. So I think this is them marketing toward those companies and thinking that this is a victory for them. And
He's jaded.
I am because I don't think that a lot of the media that we see is a representation of people like you and I and Austin, and those who are critical thinkers. Right?
So I think the problem you have with this is that they're not saying they were wrong in the first place.
Right.
Yeah. There's no.
There's
no
accountability.
I gotcha.
Okay.
At some point, I'm going to take a win. I feel like this is kind of a win.
We've been
like
searching for them.
They've admitted no fault.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It almost along the lines of the Pittsburgh Drag Queen Story Hour, where they have they were requiring that the entity that was putting together the Drag Queen Story Hour were supposed to pay for the extra security fees. Well, they were about to get sued. The town was about to get sued.
By who? The drag queens?
Another one of those civil liberties union peoples.
Are we talking about the NYCLU or the ACLU?
One of those. I think they were more geared towards okay. I had this conversation actually before with myself.
Oh, with yourself.
Drag queens. Answer me this, because this is the issue I have.
Wait, are you calling us drag queens?
No.
Okay.
Drag queens.
Like he's addressing us.
Right.
Drag queens, listen.
Right. I could see Austin though.
I just wanted to make sure. See, Austin, see that? I'm looking out for you, bro.
Yeah, wow.
I know you're not walking out in heels.
So all I've ever heard were drag queens were men who enjoyed the performance art of dressing like a woman. That doesn't mean they're gay. It doesn't mean that they're transsexual either.
It doesn't mean they're gay to who in whose eyes.
Hold on, wait for it. If
Homosexual.
I prefer to go with that, because I suggest that yes, there are guys who like to dress like John Leguizamo, who dressed like a cross-dresser for a movie part, right? And when he goes home, he took off the entire outfit, right? The wig came off, the makeup came off, the titties came out, and he dressed like a normal person. I'm using quotes because someone's going to get offended. If that is still the storyline, that drag queens are not necessarily gay men or men who wish to be trans,
right?
Then where do they fit in the LGBTQIA?
They're the plus.
They're the plus.
Yeah.
They're not the A.
Yeah. No.
They're not the ally.
I thought A was asexual, or is that wrong?
I don't know what the hell that is then.
All right. Here's my question.
Because they're saying that they're trying to normalize, I'm using quotes again, normalize LGBTQIA. So this is the problem that I have is, why then, if they want to normalize it, why don't we have a cross-dressing man, a drag queen, dress like Kamala Harris or Hillary Clinton
Like a
or
pantsuit.
Condoleezza Rice. They all wear the same suits and they dress like a woman, a lesbian woman for the most part. They dress like a woman in
They're trying to
power.
say they're butch.
Well, I don't want to say that, but
That's what they.
I think that if you were to think of what a
butch would look
lesbian
like,
in
it would
power
be
looks like, they wear dress suits or
alpha lesbian,
pantsuits.
alpha lesbian. Yeah.
So if we're going to normalize this, then why don't we have them dressing like those powerful women?
Well, I think the idea of normalizing it, what they want to normalize is that, you know, like you can wear anything regardless of your sex or gender.
Mm.
That's different from what they are saying they want to normalize, though.
What
they want
to, what
they want to normalize is that lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transgender people are just like us.
Right.
Are
Yes.
just like every other person that
Yes.
walks down the street.
Uh-huh.
That's not what every normal person that walks down the street looks like. That's what
No.
what's her name from that
Well-
Drew Carey show looks like.
Mimi.
Yes.
But I think, well, they might did they say that explicitly that they want to?
No, I'm trying to. That's what that's my
'Cause
question.
My interpretation of it is that they want to normalize wearing whatever you want. That's just my
Right.
assumption
Then
of it.
normalize that. You don't need a cross-dressing man to do that.
well. That's what they're normalizing: a man wearing female clothes.
But no, because you're saying that you want to normalize a person being able to wear whatever they want to wear.
right, in this case, a man, because that's the sticking point for you. It's a man wearing female clothes.
No, the sticking point is why do we go to the extreme with it then?
Why don't? Here's my thing. Why don't women have like bulldagger shows?
They do.
They don't have it there. It is not. It is not on.
I don't think it's called
any
bulldagger though.
I was gonna say, what's a bulldog?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
Butch shows, whatever shows they want to call it. It's
At the
no-
drag show, they do have a woman come out that's dressed like a
I've
man.
never gone to a drag show, but I'm just from my own speculation on what goes down. If it's a drag queen,
Don't you
drag
think you
queen,
should?
there's no drag king shows.
Don't you think you should
I don't think so.
for the podcast?
No, totally good.
Research.
Right.
Never good. No.
Why would you go to see
No.
what
No.
you're
I already
allegedly fighting against?
I'm not fighting against anything. They're fighting amongst themselves.
yeah,
They're
probably.
fighting their own fucking battle. I'm
because
just
I'm
saying,
not fighting against drag queens. So
I
y'all
just
have
think,
at it.
I think that within just
Have
a
at it.
drag queen, it speaks to the narcissism of men that you really think that you can walk down an aisle and look better than a fucking female in skirt, in a dress, in a fucking thong, whatever the
Well-
fuck you wear as a drag queen. You are not going to top a woman in a
that-
masculine man's eyes.
Is that the point? To top women, or
I think so, because I think I think a lot of men are one uppers.
Well, look at Dylan
be.
Mulvaney, right? When they had the video that the trans
Oh, the Bud Light
the
guy.
Bud Light, yep. The way she acted or he acted or however you want to view them, I don't care.
It was exaggerated.
Totally exaggerated. Do you see yourself as a woman? Do you see that as a good representation of how you
No.
act?
No.
Well, you can't
Right.
answer for them.
Oh, I mean, I'm just again, I'm gonna speak for them on this. There's no way
I
a
do-
true woman wouldn't.
I do think it's weird that they're
Yes.
when they decide to be a woman, it is the
Jen
most
said, "Fuck no."
exaggerated
There we go.
version
Thank you,
of a
Jen.
woman.
Yeah. The most outlandish version of a woman is what they choose to dress like as, and but I get it at a drag show because it's supposed to be the most. It's for show.
Yeah, bombastic. It's
Right. Mr.
and-
Bombastic. Fantastic
Mr.
level.
Bombastic. Anyway, I think though there are probably plenty of trans people who aren't that, who are understated, but you don't see them because they don't draw attention. They're not
Right.
they're not getting news stories.
Yeah.
Right. They're not wearing beards with long hair and saying
Right. The plenty of people flying under the radar, you
Okay.
probably passed them on the
Like the
street, didn't
Eminem
even know.
Oh, I love that one.
that was
Shut the fuck up. But I think and it could be, and hopefully that they look into this, because whatever mental
dysphoria.
I don't want to it. All right, I think it's a mental problem. I think it's a mental issue. I think having a personality disorder to where you are confused as far as to what you are based off of like your own biological makeup. If you have a sack that has balls and a shaft that is a penis, you are a man. Period. Within all of the other constructs of just nature itself, right?
Mm.
You have, however a tree is grown, however a flower is created, all of those things never change. They didn't change before we even existed as humans. Flowers, trees, anything that comes from the earth, it is created based off of the same biological constructs.
See, the problem is that we can say that here in our beautiful podcast room that doesn't have the flag up on the wall.
It's tablecloth, bro.
It's
America.
Unfortunately already been dirtied, so now we're using
bird shit.
That great. But when you talk about it out loud, we see what happened with Riley Gaines. You see the video of what happened to this young lady she's like 23 years old, just graduated college.
That was dirty.
And she's literally just trying to speak out and say, look, I was in a women's sports and I had to be in a locker room with this person and I had to race against them. I had to compete against a biological male. And this is how I feel about it. This is my reality as a woman. And look what they did to her.
Tomorrow. She's going to be at UB.
The police are dragging her out of the room. So when you said the mental illness,
I mean,
this is not normal to act like this.
No. And we have to recognize that we're still dealing with fucking men. I'm sorry. If you want toxic masculinity, there you go. You have it right there.
Right.
Look at that dude. Look at him. I got a vagina and a womb, bitch.
Listen to this.
Why are you mad? Yo, look, this the BLM crowd mixed with the it's the same people. These are the same people.
Yep.
These are the same motherfuckers. Yo, no lie.
Look at all the men out there, though.
Yeah. Wow.
So what started this? Let's go to the beginning of how it actually started. Do you see the TikTok video of how it started?
Wow. No, I didn't see that.
When they were in the room, when they first started talking.
Sorry, that one was taken down before I got there.
Damn, they took it down already.
Wow.
Yeah, that one I couldn't.
Why would they take that down?
Weird. So
Bitches.
you obviously see that it's forced compliance.
Yeah.
Which also has an article from the New York Post. There's something with the forced compliance for the LGBTQIA community. This states, let me pull this up on my end because our TVs are now not in front of us. The Federal Appeals Court backs Indiana teachers' ouster over transgender students' name policy. So what happened here, what had happened was this teacher stated, you know what? Because of my religious beliefs, I have a real problem with calling somebody by a different name than what their parents gave them, what they're born with, and also referring to them in a pronoun that they were not born with. I have a problem with that as a teacher. So what I'm going to do, what I offer is to call them by their last name. I think that's
smart.
I think that's okay. Call them by their last name. Well, of course, there were students who didn't like that. They were not okay with the teacher calling them by the last name.
Are these college students or are these high school students?
I'm not even sure these were high school. Let me see. Let me pull up the school here. High school. Yep. It was an orchestra teacher.
Oh, fuck.
It was an orchestra teacher.
Orchestra. God damn.
Right. So.
And they are traditionalists. They are literally, they probably like fucking want to jump out the window.
It said at least 2 transgender students said the teacher's refusal to use their first names was hurtful and singled them out in front of classmates.
There's only 2 of you motherfuckers.
Well, I think, the move there would have been to call everyone by their last names, if you're going to be, making a point of it.
This teacher was calling them by all of them by their last names.
Students were.
They're saying that the 2 transgender students said the teacher's refusal to use their first names was hurtful.
Well, but because was it just them?
Yes.
It was just them that
Just them two that were complaining that, no, I don't want you to call me by my last name. I want you to don't call me by P.O., call me by Jose.
But
Josephine.
So was she only calling those two by their last names?
No, they're calling everybody by their last names. And these two kids said, I want you to call me by my first name that I gave myself.
Well, I think those people specifically put so much of their identity, who they are, into those names that they've picked. That, you know, that's the most important thing to them, because that's what they've chosen to like
identify themselves.
Put their whole personality.
Yes, everything is within that.
Well,
please respect me and my feelings of.
Yeah, that picture that popped up while I'm reading the article.
Oh my god!
It was a skin tag. It looks like a ball sack.
It's like a fucking nipple.
But this is the forced compliance that we were afraid of from the beginning, right? We were sitting here saying,
word. I haven't heard forced compliance.
Well, this is something that Jordan Peterson was fighting against in Canada, right? Mm-hmm. He stated that if we go along this route where we force people to use languages that they don't want to use, we're going to get to a point where we're going to have laws requiring us to use specific language, not just the pronouns, but if you don't use this language, it will be termed hurtful or hateful, and therefore you must go to jail. So there was
well,
really
so this point. This person wasn't arrested. They were
forced out.
Right. So there are already words that a teacher can't use. Like a teacher can't use the N-word. Like they would be forced out, right?
Unless it was me, right. Be like, yo, y'all niggas is crazy. I'll say it, like, yeah, I'll be good,
right?
All day.
Where are you going with this? Continue.
Well, I'm saying there's already language in like that, like
that they can't use,
right?
Right. Not language that they have to use. There's a difference between you can't use this language and the language you must use, because that's forced compliance on the First Amendment. Meaning you can say whatever you want, but if you say the wrong words, you can get fired. But if you don't say the wrong words that we deem wrong, and that's where the Canada has gone full woke video comes in. Check this out. Full
Canada's
full woke.
Oh, I just saw this, bro. I was waiting for the show because I knew you would have it. I know. I'm gonna get me another shot because you got me going.
Prohibit within 100 meters of the property any homophobic, transphobic act of intimidation, threat, offensive threats, offensive remarks, protest, disturbance, and distribution of hate propaganda within the meaning of the criminal code. It also comes with it a penalty of $25,000 if prosecuted successfully.
I feel like she said that under duress. I don't know if you were looking behind her, but I believe I saw the Hellraiser.
Had no choice. Yo, Canada used to be the country that slaves used to flee themselves to
but listen to again what you're not allowed to do anymore
over there. Yeah, it's not free over there.
Again, just to make sure we all heard it correctly.
Look at Big John Stud to the far left
and middle name Mud.
It enables the Attorney General to create a 2S LGBTQI plus community safety zone to prohibit within 100 meters of the property any homophobic, transphobic act of intimidation, threat, offensive threats, offensive remarks, protest, disturbance, and distribution of hate propaganda within the meaning of the criminal code. It also comes with it a penalty of $25,000 if prosecuted successfully.
Tell me that's not exactly what Jordan Peterson was saying was going to happen the entire time. Because when he first came out, he said, this is forced compliance. You are compelling me to use speech that I don't want to use. And that's the issue. I don't care about kids being trans. I don't care about you changing your pronouns. I don't care about you chopping your dick off. What I care about is my right to be able to say what I want to say and don't say what I don't want to say. And now we're talking about you have a safe space out in public where you can't even because I'm really irked by this because this was actually brought up by a council member and I don't want to say their name. It was different.
Imagine
it was so. You know what? I'm gonna fucking talk about it. I don't care.
Do it, Jose. That's why we're on the show.
The county just passed some bills Rachel Barnhart had it on her Instagram, so we can talk about it. Where what it talked about is this. Hold on, let me bring it up because I'm gonna bring up the text message so I can fully state exactly what was discussed.
What she said.
No, not her. So the ethics bill, it bans sexual harassment. What's sexual harassment? Like, okay.
When do we ever like, yo, you get fired if you sexually harass somebody?
Right, but this is politics. So since it's politics, you can't really get fired, or you weren't able to before.
So you're trying to send somebody to jail for this shit?
They're trying to get you fired from your elected position for sexual harassment or what's deemed sexual harassment. Remember, this is the problem I have because the other three issues were prohibits politicians from coercing employees to do campaign work. Fine, I get that, but that's not a freaking that you shouldn't be able to kick somebody off of being a county legislator because they did something stupid like that. Requires high-ranking officials to receive approval for outside employment. No, you're not going to stop me from getting outside employment. That's not going to happen. Requires officials to recuse themselves. There it is right there. Perfect. Recuse themselves in writing from matters in which they have a conflict. That's already there. That's already there. That doesn't change anything. The number one thing that really irks me is because we had to go through this when we were on freaking news channels. Not we. You know what? I'm gonna say
this bill passed unanimously.
Yeah,
mind you.
Ban sexual harassment. Remember what Mary? You know what? Somebody on city council was saying that I was doing to them. Remember that? What were they saying that I was doing? Sexually harassing them? Right. So I would have been
off of this?
Fired because they deemed it sexual harassment.
But you didn't say it.
Doesn't matter. This is
matter.
the issue right here. This is the issue that I have. So that a person on city council said, would be powerful with you behind it. My response was, but I obviously love sexually harassing women.
I saw her when she was out campaigning for this bullshit. She was saying like, okay, the receive approval for outside employment. And can we stop following this chick right here? Because on a county level,
yeah, but people love to hate though. So you're not going to stop people from following her because
I get
they love to see what they don't like.
And she got 150,000 tweets. Oh, that's just coming from her.
Probably. Good Lord.
Oh my God. This lady's nut job. What is that? What is that changing?
How many retweets and
what is that changing? To me, this looks like her showing that, okay, people, I'm smarter than you, I'm better than you, and this is what I'm telling you needs to be changed. But there's no change in any of that what she just
It really is not. Nothing. But what I'm saying is this is what a woman in leadership will bring.
Ooh, you better be careful. But
does it not scream that?
I elaborate because we can go down a whole rabbit hole with this one.
This is me as a woman with my arms crossed, which if you know about body language, that's a power move or an angry, aggressive move. One or the other.
She has an eye watch. She's counting her steps. I mean, she's physically fit. She's strong, independent.
I see it as affluent and therefore better than I. Along with the necklace. And the earrings. I'm just making things up at this point. What I'm seeing is
the crooked smile. J. Cole.
This is
taught me to watch out for the crooked smile.
That's the I got you smile. We finally got you.
Got you.
We got you guys. Because what woman is charged with sexual harassment?
Ooh.
Because remember the school superintendent was charged with sexual harassment?
Ooh, yeah. She still kept her job.
And she still kept her job.
She just recently resigned, right?
Yeah, we got another one. The 18th one in 3 years.
Right. Oh, I remember the PBA situation.
The PAB?
PAB, yeah.
Yep. Sexual harassment on both sides. Both women, the woman and a man. I don't know. Am I allowed to say woman on that one? I don't know. Whatever they prefer.
What is a woman?
A woman? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Could you define?
Is that the
that is coming up later. So take Canada even further because I'm not before.
Keep going. Canada's fucked.
Before the Rachel people get upset, all I'm showing is exactly what they said. in the text messages, I responded. I said, obviously, if this were to pass on city council, then you would have attacked me for something that he said. They would have attacked me.
Something that I said about what I would do.
Well, Canada hasn't gone that far off the
faces.
edge. You see what the Calgary mayor came out with?
Oh, shoot.
No one sees this. I go way too far down the rabbit hole.
You be in that rabbit hole, bro.
Man,
I appreciate it.
Question for Mayor Gondek. Kean with the counter signal.
Watch this.
Just a few
months
ago, a handful of months ago, you were fighting tooth and nail against increasing the police budget, and you were actively supporting defund the police rhetoric. I'm just wondering, when you realized the police forces were not optional, did it take this random stabbings, wives getting stabbed, police officers getting killed, to realize that it was important to fund police departments? And how can Calgarians trust you when you flip-flop on basic issues like public safety?
Yo, that's the most gangster shit I've seen any politician do. Yo, somebody need to check and see if she got a dick. Yo, that was masculine, toxic masculinity right there.
That was a Biden move. That was a Joe Biden move.
That was the most passive aggressive shit I've ever seen ever from a politician.
From a Canadian politician. Canadian politician.
It was too smooth for like Biden would have sort of stumbled away.
Yeah, Biden would have no, he would have said, "Come on, man."
She that was like a real nice like heel turn she did, like a real solid like
skirt on them 22s.
In America, on the other hand, we have some issue going on now with there's a battle where politicians are literally having the executive branch, the legislative branch, the judicial branch, like battling.
That's bad. That's real bad.
Right. That's not right. And so we have legislative powers who are stating that the executive person in charge should go against the judicial powers and negate that entire balance. Let's pull up the AOC video regarding.
I knew you was going to that hoe.
The abortion pill.
Federal judge in Texas invalidating FDA approval of mifepristone, a widely used drug in medication abortion. Speaking at the airport in Nashville, here's her initial response.
So the court in the abortion medication.
This is the video you sent me.
Oh man, pull her up anyways. Who cares?
All right,
yeah, keep her.
Show her. She's obviously a bundle of joy.
Read it yet, so I'm going to do an analysis of it. But as a general matter, I'll say that there is no question that the president and I are going to stand with the women of America and do everything we can to ensure that women have the ability to make decisions about their health care, their reproductive health care, in a manner that is what they need, and they decide that, not their government.
Yo, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh wait, no, that's still it. That's still it. Keep going. Sorry, no.
Okay.
That's still it. Keep going.
Separate ruling in Washington State on the same drug going in the opposite direction, all of it likely headed to the Supreme Court. Joining us, New York Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Thanks so much for being with us. When you heard the news,
I do love her though. I do love her. I love her
Well,
for
other
reasons. No,
rulings like
we
this,
need people like her to show how crazy they are.
From FDA and also from activity in Congress, that some of these rulings, I think we've been preparing and anticipating for there being these egregious overreaches by members of the judiciary appointed by a right-wing Republican Party whose goal for a very long time was to just pack these courts with parties.
Pause it.
Can we stop it? Stop it. Can we stop it? All right. This people, for anybody that's watching, understand this. The only reason why she's on CNN #1 is that she has a fucking agenda.
In person.
Her agenda is to dismantle our judicial system, period.
Yeah, absolutely.
She is an agent of destruction. So right now, her job is to go at the Black Supreme Court judge who is...
Which one?
Not the female, but the male, Mr. Clarence Thomas.
The one who can't define female?
Yes. This whole agenda, and the only reason why she's on CNN is to deliver this. CNN knows what her fucking job is, and they're helping. They're giving her the platform to take down Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas is the one Supreme Court judge that has clearly solidified our freedoms when it comes to what happened with COVID, because of his stance on what was going on, especially with the vaccinations. He said flat out, he said, yo, need to be very careful.
I don't think he said yo.
But I mean, in his mind, behind closed doors, say, yo,
Gotcha.
motherfuckers, listen. But the powers that be knew from that moment that this man was going to uphold the Constitution. And then they found this little needle in the haystack about him receiving donations from a Republican donor for a vacation. So what?
Disregarding the fact that she received donations in terms of the Met Gala.
Yeah, for the dress.
The Met Gala tickets, the dress, the hair. The only person that got paid was her nail salon person.
But look at that face right there.
The makeup. See, when you have
about business right there.
Look, first of all, I am a lover of AOC for not because of her looks. She's pretty, but she's not it. Bobert is definitely better. She's being used. Obviously, I think we all know at this point she's being used.
Been used. Yeah, she's
but not
being
just
used
that.
By the progressive
she is
left.
in person there, which gives her, or it lends credibility to you when you are in the same room as a person that is questioning you, right? It lends credibility. So when you are on a TV, when you're on a TV or you're zooming in or whatever, they can shut your microphone off. They can, we lost contact here. We must have lost audio. Here, they are there. This is a mind fuck that is on so many different levels that you have to see the way they're playing you.
It's programming.
When was the last time you seen anybody on the news at the desk next to the person that's asking them questions? Who was the last person?
Well, the fact that she's also a politician, also.
Well, that's what I mean.
That's also the dangerous take on this as well.
There's so many hidden levels of we are propping this person up, or we are giving this person credence to be able to say what they want to say, and we're going to support it. This, I can see it from a mile away. Like, I know this stuff.
Just call it what it is. It's propaganda.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. Continue with the video.
Partisan judges often underqualified or completely unqualified for their role, and so
stop right there. Or completely unqualified for the role, right?
She has the nerve to say someone within the judicial. Well, I'm sorry. We can say the one judge who can't define.
Go ahead.
Or female.
Show the video of someone who might be unqualified to be a judge. Unquantified or unqualified.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Like, stop right there. How do you like? I hate to do this.
Call that segue?
I hate to do the black thing where you ask a black person about a black person. I hate to be that person, but that would, if it were a Latina up there, Latinx up there getting asked what is a woman, and you don't have an answer for that, I'd be livid. I'd be livid.
Yeah,
I'm like, you
motherfuckers
better know.
You Puerto Ricans are the most possessive beings around your women, boy.
I do not disagree. That's not me, though. I do not disagree, but that's not me. If my wife's on, you better say something. But I 100%. You should know. You have to be above and beyond what the next person is. So therefore, you have to be the smartest person in the room in order to be a Latina who is about to be put on the Supreme Justice Board. She
that's what we got.
Is what you have against Clarence Thomas.
Yep. But look at who appointed her. Look at who appointed the press secretary. Look at the people that came after Biden. Or
the health secretary.
And look at the people that appointed by the Biden administration. And then you have to follow the money. Is Biden and the people that is controlling Biden actually truly are American? Obviously, they're not. Especially when you're talking about all of the black faces that have been used within this political environment since Obama. Obama was the first voice. Obama was the one that literally changed the dynamic of just the conversation of race and politics. It now made it seem as though we were always a part of the game. Don't get it twisted, right? Minorities were always a part of the game.
Usually pawns.
Well, not necessarily. There were some that actually earned their way to their position.
Mhm.
However, because going back to the Republicans when Condoleezza Rice and Colin Powell were in those positions, I don't think they were the puppets. I think they were the best for the job that could process the lie the way they did, because they did a great job with telling that lie. Fast forward to the Obama administration, Obama was a 100% Trojan blackface horse for everything that we see right now. Every single thing has been victimization
Allegedly.
since Obama. And this is everything that you see from the Democrats after Obama is the Obama administration still at work. I guarantee you Axelrod is still at play within this. I guarantee you, what's the other people within the Obama administration campaign team? Axelrod, Palouf, all
Diamond
those people
that came from freaking not Citibank, Chase Bank.
Chase.
But that's the problem that
Yes.
I really have with Donald Trump. He said he was going to what about the swamp? Drain it?
Drain it.
What did he do to drain the swamp?
I mean, he talked shit.
That's it. But he didn't really do anything about draining the swamp. And that's the problem that I have with the presidency of Donald Trump. One of the problems I have with it is that he didn't drain the swamp. He lied about that. He was go along to get along guy. He's like, he fell victim to, I'm just gonna ride this out, see how they do. But no, the people voted for you to get in there and shake things up.
Yeah.
And to make sure that the people that are in there making decisions that are against the will of the people are gone. And yet here we are still to this day where we have the FBI and the not the Supreme Court, but every other freaking court being used as a pawn to push the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't see that there's an agenda, I don't know what else to freaking tell you, because this is clear as day that they're pushing something without any kind of pushback. Because guess what? If you push back, they come after you. As simple as something like Elon Musk's interview with the BBC. We've seen it. I know we've seen it. No, that's not. That wasn't it. So our dialogue.
Sure we're straight up.
This is the
BBC we talking about.
But this is the way we need to go up against the baseless accusations that continuously go unchallenged, because people are afraid of being canceled today. Still, to this day, people are afraid of being canceled by their friends, by social media, by YouTube, by whatever. But how you handle them is simply just ask direct and pointed questions that require them to support their stances and say, tell me why you believe that. Bring up the Elon Musk interview that he did. This is amazing, in my opinion.
And just to that point, though, you can point out to people, like, why do you believe that? And they'll just double down. You know, like, no, Jesus was totally real. Sorry.
Yes, Austin. Keeping it real.
Hold on.
How dare you?
Go ahead.
I mean, I would only just add that, you know, we have spoken to people who have been sacked that used to be in content moderation, and we've spoken to people very recently who were involved in moderation, and they just say there's not enough people to police this stuff, particularly around hate speech in the company. Is that
what hate
you
speech are you talking about? I mean, you use Twitter,
right?
Do you see a rise in hate speech?
I mean,
but just a personal anecdote, like what do you? I don't.
Personally, my For You, I would see I get
For You page, which means that everyone he follows.
I'm not going to talk to the rest of.
Are they all haters?
The rest of Twitter.
You see more hate speech personally.
I would say I would see more hateful content in that.
Content you don't like or hateful. What do you mean?
Love this
describe a hateful.
Yeah, he was so good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just content that will solicit a reaction, something that may include something that is slightly racist or slightly sexist, those kinds of things.
So you think if something is slightly sexist, it should be banned?
No,
is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm trying to understand what you mean by hateful content.
I'm pretty sure he was.
And I'm asking for specific examples. And you just said that if something is slightly sexist, that's hateful content. Does that mean that it should be banned?
Well, you've asked me whether my feed, whether it's got less or more. I'd say it's got slightly more.
That's why I'm asking for examples. Can you name one example?
I honestly don't use. You
can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why, because I don't actually use that feed anymore, because I just don't particularly like it.
But you said
a lot of people are quite similar. I only look at
hang on a second.
my
You said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example, not even one.
I'm not sure I've used that feed for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and
then how did you see that hateful content?
Because I've been using Twitter since you've taken it over for the last 6 months.
Okay, so then you must have at some point seen for you hateful content. I'm asking for one example.
Right.
And you can't give a single one.
And I'm saying
I say, sir, that you don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes, because you can't give me a single example of hateful content, not even one tweet, and yet you claimed that the hateful content was high.
I love it. Well, stop it right there.
That's false.
No,
love it.
What I claimed,
you just lied.
What? No.
I tell you what, that was a great reverse interview.
It was good.
I'm not a Elon Musk fan at all.
Well, he has all of our data, so.
Wait, that's the only reason why he bought Twitter.
He's probably cloning a couple AIs that are just like us.
I just would like to say that I, for one, welcome our new Musk overlords, and please don't,
anger them.
We disappear.
I'll take him over any other overlord at this point. I'll take him over any overlord.
You'll take over any of them?
I would, but I do like the little fight between himself and this other the Indian guy who invented email. What the heck is his name?
I didn't even know there was a fight there.
Oh, I gotta get.
Can you imagine a fight versus billionaires where one created a way to go to space and return with the same vehicle?
Oh yeah, I gotta finish
and bring internet to the entire world. And give everyone the First Amendment right back versus the guy who invented email.
Yeah, I gotta get to his name.
I mean, email's pretty big.
Yeah, well, he's calling.
What is that thing?
He's calling Elon Musk a agent for the government.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Look, you guys should not be putting any kind of faith and trust in this God, because he ain't it.
Right. Because there are no gods.
Because there's only one God, and he ain't it.
Yes.
He ain't it.
Don't put your faith
we
in anything.
do have to jump
Dr.
into
Shiva. That's his name. Dr. Shiva. He was married to
technically Shiva is a god.
Well,
there you go. That's about it. There you go.
Well, he was married to Fran from the show.
Drescher?
Yeah, and he ran for a Senate seat or Congress seat through Massachusetts.
And he lost?
Yeah, he lost.
How do you have that much money and you lose?
And then, well, because he was
Bloomberg.
He was anti-vaccination. He was anti-COVID. He's literally he's the total opposite of mainstream everything. And he's also calling out the Kennedy guy. He's saying that he's a plant too for big pharma and everybody else. Look up Dr. Shiva Ayudari. He's the inventor of email. And he's going hard on Elon Musk too.
Is he still getting paid from emails?
I don't know as far as within that, but
I feel like it's a very.
Follow him on Instagram as well. He's no joke, man.
Send me his page.
I will. He has a lot of stuff going hard at Elon Musk, and he's calling him a CIA plant.
Yeah,
a government operative, and the reason why. He calls for the audit of big pharma, the Fed. He's no joke. He's no joke. Vandana Shiva. That's it. But yeah, I'll send you him. You'll like him. I think you'll like him.
I like everybody.
No, I think you'll definitely like this dude. And I would not doubt that he wouldn't try and maybe come on our show, maybe via Zoom or something. I think it's something we can probably look into. He's a really good guy.
Reach out to him.
I will.
We do have to get into our daily conspiracy theory.
We always do.
Where's our music? There we go.
Gio.
Do you think they're messing with our DNA?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have any proof of it?
Vaccinations.
Oh, geez, hold on.
Allegedly,
because YouTube's gonna freaking cancel.
Yeah, I was
this.
gonna say that was
You're
it.
right.
That was
immediately.
Oh
There-
my goodness.
If you go back like 2-3 weeks ago, they freaking took one of our podcasts off, assholes. Anyways,
Also, I'm gonna.
You can't even mention the word.
I guess
Can we
not.
just say
not as
medical
a,
injections?
not as a response to. Do you believe they're messing with our DNA?
I don't know. Hold on. Bring up that article. Not the National Geographic.
Not
Did I send you a pic? I sent you a picture, right?
This one.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
What does it say? Scientists put tardigrade DNA into human stem cells.
Okay.
I mean, that's right there.
Yeah, it does
they're
say
messing
it's
with our
popular
DNA.
mechanics. It's popular mechanics.
Sure. Okay. But you can't like change DNA of like someone who's already like born, right?
There is.
Hold on.
There are.
Hold on.
There are a lot of people who
You
are
think they
talking
can't
about
change your
hacking.
DNA after you're born?
Yeah. Oh, I
What do you
don't
think
know.
evolution is?
That's generational.
You're talking about sexual selection.
That's what evolution is.
No, evolution is the changing of the DNA.
No.
Yes.
That's not what evolution is.
Yes, it is.
No,
It's
no,
like
no,
a
no, no,
fish
no,
that
no,
has
no, no.
legs
That-
says, you know what, I can't live on land anymore, so I'm gonna jump in the water.
No.
Sexual
That's
sexual
the biggest
selection.
misconception of what evolution is.
That's what what's his name?
No, you're wrong. That's not what who? Say your name.
What's his name?
Darwin?
Yes.
No.
Sexual selection is Darwin.
Okay,
Right.
check it out.
Evolution is not Darwin.
Yuval
No,
Harari.
that's what evolution is.
Check this out. Yuval Harari.
Evolution is generational.
He is a Israeli scientist. He
Yes.
warns humans will be hacked if artificial intelligence is not globally regulated. If you're hacking anything within the human body, you're hacking their DNA, their minds. You're tapping into their system. And he is one that said.
But it's also saying
I
that
don't think you know what
the
DNA is.
tardigrade DNA
No, I
into
do know
human
what
stem
DNA
cells.
is. Your DNA is all part of your overall makeup of
Right.
your
You
data
can't
system that makes
change
your
that.
body.
You can't change that once you're born. Like once you're
Well, I mean, apparently you can if you think you can be a dog or a cat. You can be.
Yeah, I
No,
feel like
that's
you
not
might be
changing your DNA.
sexist or bigoted for that statement.
that's just a fact. You cannot change.
I don't know. We might have to cancel you, bro. We might have to cancel him.
Acid. You can't change it.
I don't know. Let's see. Can you? I'm gonna ask AI.
Okay.
Can you change DNA? Let's see what it says.
You
This
can.
is AI, so it's obviously
So wait, what'd you
correct.
just put that into?
Into AI.
What AI?
The only AI there is.
To ChatGPT?
No, it's a different one, but yeah.
Okay.
As an AI language model, I don't have the capability to change DNA. I'm not even asking you for that. However, medical and genetic technology has advanced to the point where it is possible to modify DNA in certain circumstances.
But not in like existing.
This technique is known as gene editing. That's
Right.
been around for years,
But you
which
can't-
is capable of changing, adding, or removing DNA sequences in living organisms. Living. What does that mean?
okay, but
Right.
that's not.
CRISPR is
Yeah.
one such example of gene editing technology. CRISPR.
Uh-huh.
However, it is a complex process that requires expertise, resources, and careful consideration of ethical issues.
Okay.
Yeah. So it says adding or removing or changing DNA sequences in living organisms, not potential organisms.
I think that stem cells are what they're talking about.
Well, we see it right now that they're gonna. And look at that thing. Have you seen the Ant-Man movie yet?
Yes, I did.
I did.
Tell me that's not the thing that's swimming around.
that is it.
100%, right?
Yeah.
Did you know what that was?
No, I didn't even make that connection until now.
Bring it up. Bring up the National Geographic about what the F that thing is. Look at that thing. Let's go. We're gonna read through this because this is freaking. It really is weird, and it kind of freaked me out. So if I'm gonna be freaked out, everyone else is gonna be freaked out.
It looks like the Did anyone see that latest Ghostbusters movie?
No, the women one.
No, the one after that.
Neither or.
Okay, there's a ghost that looks just
Did
like
you see
that.
it? That was like a
Ghostbusters
cardboard.
Afterlife?
It was like a cardboard box rendition of the Marshmallow Man.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me.
These are microscopic 8-legged animals that have been to outer space and would likely survive the apocalypse. Around 1,300 species of tardigrades are found worldwide, considered aquatic because they require a thin layer of water around their bodies to prevent dehydration. They've also been observed in all kinds of environments, from the deep sea to sand dunes. Oh, God, what the heck is that?
That's the ghost from the new Ghostbusters movie.
Why'd they make him so obese fat?
I don't know. To me, it looks like the same as that.
Yeah, I guess
he's
it
got
does,
like the
yeah.
multiple legs and stuff.
I mean, they're both obese fat. Both obese fat, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what made me.
Despite looking squishy, tardigrades are covered in a tough cuticle, similar to the exoskeletons of grasshoppers, praying manti, and other insects
mantises
to which they are related. That's what they're inserting into DNA.
Okay, but they can't insert it into your DNA. That's not how DNA works.
All right. So what DNA would they insert into?
And first, what about because DNA is a multi-tiered
sure
thing, so it's not like they can just take it's the reason why.
Right. So what would they be inserting that into your DNA for?
And the same reason that two different species can't breed is because the DNA is different.
Like a bulldog and a Shih Tzu?
No, because those are still the same species.
Oh, okay.
Those are still dogs.
Uh-huh.
So they have the same. I forget what the term is, but it's like the
Tardigrade.
tiers of DNA. Like you know how DNA is like those. It looks like a ladder.
Yes.
Right, and so each rung. The different species have different amounts of rungs.
Either way, this is being inserted into our.
I wish I had known this subject. I would
human stem cells. It's being inserted. It's Popular Mechanics said it.
I don't. It
says
put
they
anything
may
past,
create super soldiers.
Yeah, I don't put anything past the ability. of
I'd have to
science
read this
and
article.
what they're able to do right now, especially if they are trying to find a way to control the ability of
There's a
free
Chinese
will.
It's a Chinese FYI that are doing this.
Well, they're getting financed by again the people who are running the central banks at this moment. So whatever China does, China is not a powerful entity on their own. They are.
Let me tell you why
whoever.
they're putting this into human stem cells.
Well, I mean, they want us to be robots anyway.
They believe that tardigrades cells improve a human's ability to withstand radiation and potentially other diseases.
Why do they want that? Why would they want that? Why would they want that for us when we got one oligarch talking about decreasing the population?
The scientists put this plan in motion, already placing the water bear, the tardigrades, genes into a human embryonic stem cell. That was his chance to get up there in that one. And testing it successfully against X-ray radiation. So
yeah,
if we're sitting here saying that they're testing this against X-ray radiation and potentially other diseases, why would they be doing that?
I think they're trying to create some different type of human beings. They want to be able to create their own slaves,
Super soldier. It says
obviously.
They may create super soldiers. It literally says that.
Yeah.
And again, this is Popular Mechanics. This isn't.
Sorry, where are these scientists? Who is doing this?
China.
Okay.
China. Where they're allowed to do anything with our money.
They're already creating super soldiers. They just train their kids at like the age of 2. They're doing somersaults all through the freaking. Yo, I'm hungry. Is there pizza? We got some pizza.
Oh my God. Could lead to super tough soldiers who could survive nuclear fallout. They're literally trying to find a way to make it so that super genetic soldiers can withstand nuclear fallout.
Captain America: New World Order is coming out next year.
You know what else movie is coming out that we are all going to?
Oh, The Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah, when is it coming out?
We're seeing it next Tuesday.
We're seeing it
Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it's coming out this Friday.
You didn't get a
Oh, I'm getting a ticket now. I'm glad you
You didn't get
reminded
one?
me. I thought it was out yet.
Good, because I never refuses to go, so you can just
Really?
Yeah, you can buy me popcorn and a soda.
All right, I got you.
Oh, so you already bought your tickets?
Yeah, I already got
Why
my
isn't
everything.
Edna going?
Oh,
What the
tell
fuck
me
is up with that?
after the show.
She's
Tell me what
scared.
seat you got. That way
She's
I can
scared.
get my.
Right in the, I already said in the
She
last
doesn't
episode.
believe in Jesus.
The middle back.
Edna doesn't believe in Jesus and God.
She believes in Jesus. She obviously doesn't believe that Jesus is strong, or not Jesus, God is strong enough to withstand
she's
the
doubting
terrors of the
God's
devil.
power.
I guess so.
Woo!
I guess so.
Conversations for the POs.
Yeah, not going to be happening. To end it on a more social thing, you know, I'm ending on the video. Let's end the topic off right here. Go ahead, Austin. Show it to the world.
Sorry, wait, which video?
The guy dancing.
Oh
Okay.
shit! This can go anywhere. Oh,
Is that real?
Something.
Remember Shane?
That's terrible.
Alex, remember when that was a thing?
Yes.
I'm a little overweight and I'm ashamed of myself. This guy literally is like proud of the disgustingness. And then we're not even supposed to say that's disgusting and unhealthy.
So stand up for the ridiculousness. Stop with the BS. Be able to say that a guy that guy shouldn't. Does he deserve to be on a cover of Muscular Fitness?
Put like this. Even if the guy was in shape and he was doing that shit, I wouldn't want to see that fucking shit.
I think you should be in the new episode of Star Wars.
Oh,
did you see last week?
Gosh, no, I haven't seen it.
Lizzo was.
Oh
on the
yeah,
newest
she was on
episode
there
of,
with Jack Black,
Mandalorian. Yeah,
and they got
Really?
backlash on that.
yeah. Hold on, let me pull up the picture.
They ain't like that.
Oh no! Don't
I'm
do
so
that.
sick of Lizzo.
It's so out of place.
Yeah, completely. Why are you
just
doing that? You see, they're coming out with 40-year mortgages.
Really?
40-year mortgages.
Ooh, let's get a
You know
mortgage
why?
now. Why?
Because the rates are so high, houses are overvalued, so they want to be able to put people into houses. So they're extending the time frame out, which lowers their payments.
Investors is gonna fucking take control.
Yep. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, there she is. She got Baby Yoda.
Why is she touching Baby Yoda though?
Oh yeah, that's
Is that
They
a-
tried so hard.
Is that
They're
a
trying to-
Lotus behind her?
They're trying to sell. This is for toys.
yeah. Oh, everyone's gonna get that new Lizzo figure. You know?
Yeah, everyone's getting that fucking shit.
Though it costs twice as much. They use a lot of plastic.
This is what inclusion looks like, yo.
Jack Black. What's your favorite Jack Black movie though?
Kung Fu Pandas.
Yeah, oh, the
Yeah,
Kung Fu
pretty
Panda.
decent.
movie-
Kung Fu
the-
Panda.
did you see Kung Fu Panda 2 specifically? Is like so good.
Yeah.
Is it because of Jack Black or is it just so good?
He's part of it. Like
He's part of it, yeah.
I could go on a whole rant about how the Kung Fu Panda trilogy.
Well, you
is-
have. We've already gone through this
excellent.
before.
A little bit. I think
We
went a
have
little
gone
bit.
through
We
this
touched
before.
on how good 2 was because
Yeah.
of the dimes they were dropping.
But there's
Oh, so good.
there's no way that he was better in that movie than in Tropic Thunder.
That's a different. Anyway,
I don't
he's
think
like
he
a
was
side
okay
character.
in Tropic
Right.
Thunder.
I
Like,
love them Tropic
I
Thunder.
think no, he was all right. I think Robert De Niro stole Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, I was
Robert
gonna
De
say, he's
Niro.
Robert De
Absolutely.
Niro. You're wrong.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Robert
Where was
Downey
he?
Jr.
Robert
Robert
Downey
Downey
Jr.
Jr.,
Robert
yeah,
Downey Jr. Yeah, my bad. Alcohol. Yes,
but,
Robert Downey Jr. killed Tropic Thunder from beginning to end.
You know they tried getting him to apologize 20 years later.
And he
It was like
shouldn't.
25-year anniversary, something like that.
No, he shouldn't have, and he shouldn't.
Oh.
No, he said go fuck yourself.
Because he explained the character and get over yourself.
Don't
yo.
explain nothing. Stop
No, but
explaining
he-
yourself.
But he's and he also
Stop explaining yourself.
he went through the
Can you
proper
take that
channels.
picture down, please?
No.
And Jamie
Can the
Foxx
people see
approved
that?
it.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx said he thought it was hilarious. It was funny.
It was
It was
funny.
great. And it's just the same as him dressing up in drag or the Wayans brothers doing white chicks. Fuck it. Get over yourself.
You know I've never seen White Chicks. I refuse to see it.
I refuse to watch it.
It's
either.
a
Yeah.
bad movie.
It's bad. And
Well,
they're
I'm
trying
sure
to do
it's
a
bad
number
anyway.
2 though. They think that people want to see number 2.
Well, first of all, there's no way I would watch number 1 because if you're gonna sit there and say that a white man in blackface is wrong and you shouldn't watch that movie, same thing, the same energy. Look, this is all I want. I just want people to have the same energy. That's all. Same energy for one side, same energy for the other. That's all I want.
Would you say the Wayans brothers were clout chasing?
No, I would say they were being racist.
Oh, they're being racist. I think they were clout chasing at that time.
Whose clout were they chasing?
their own because they both really weren't like
Can you take
considered.
that picture down?
They weren't considered one
We're
of the
still talking
funnier
about, you know,
Wayans brothers, and they wanted to do something outside of their show, so they chose white chicks, and it was the dumbest, wackest.
Are they funny anymore? Do you think that they're funny? The
Were
Wayans
they
brothers?
funny to
anymore.
begin with?
No, I think
You don't
I
think the
think
oldest one
Marlon
was?
Wayans Senseless is probably one of the funniest movies ever.
Not Blank Man?
No, Senseless was the funniest Wayans movie. Standalone Wayans movie, Senseless was hilarious because it was really funny. If you lose all your senses and then you just have other senses that were in heightened, how would you react? And he was funny. That's the only movie. Other than that, I mean, outside of Color, in Living Color, the Wayans family are completely corny to me.
Yeah, they're very corny.
Very
I do think
Scary Movie.
corny. I can't do it.
There's
With
one
the guy with the hand.
Blank Man was awful. Exactly.
There's one good scary movie. It's Scary Movie 3.
I'm sorry. I cannot forget about Major Payne.
Yeah.
30 and third. That was probably the best. That was one of the best ones.
Well, we have here enough hands here to communicate.
Yes,
That's the
Major
movie.
Payne was hilarious.
The one-off. That they
Damon
had.
Wayans is the funniest Wayans brother.
Yes, 100%.
He is. He's the funniest.
I don't know. The sister might be funny.
No, she is funny. She is funny, but only in A Living Color. Outside by herself
Mad
in her
TV?
own. She wasn't in Mad TV.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. You're getting her confused with the other black chick.
Maybe.
Fucking racist.
Maybe. You know who I'm not getting her confused with?
Yeah.
Praz from the Fugees.
Ooh, prize, my man. Ready or not?
There's an article in there.
Here I come.
Yeah,
we're
we're not going to end
What was the
Praz.
I
There's a
don't think I
lawsuit
live-
regarding tens of millions of dollars being donated to Democrats. Do you hear about this? Using fake entities. Not only is Praz involved, and it's not him that's donating it, but Leo DiCaprio is on the stands talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And do you notice that there's no cameras allowed in that courthouse?
Well, because I mean,
another court case, huge court case that involves donors to the Democratic Party where they don't allow the cameras there.
well, what type of donors though?
Illegal donors. Illegal.
Where
Illegal
are they
ones.
from?
China.
China.
China. Pull up the please pull up the have you heard about Praz TikTok video?
Bombshell news as Leonardo DiCaprio essentially testified against Hollywood. And what is the
Mind you, this is TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So just want to put that disclaimer in, but we do. I think it was like 38% of people get their news from TikTok now.
Yeah, and
So-
you can also go and just Google it.
Yeah, just Google it.
Just Google it, and it's literally the same image you're seeing here. And what this guy talks about is all within these articles.
It's actually there. Go ahead. The audio's
biggest social and political corruption case that we have ever seen? It's going on
Thank you.
right now. Now, DiCaprio dropped bombshell after bombshell, too, talking about hundreds of millions of dollars that ended up in Hollywood's hands and how the star power that bought was ultimately used to pump money into the political system. Tens of millions of dollars, by the way. All of it very illegal. And make no mistake, Leonardo DiCaprio's testimony here has real consequences, as in may put Praz from the Fugees, one of their founding members, in federal prison for decades from what he's saying. Now, you and I, we are going to
Just
talk
for being
about
involved.
some of those bombshells that Leonardo DiCaprio dropped in the courtroom today. And this, it really is Hollywood on trial. You have people like Kim Kardashian named in this. I mean, she walked away with millions, including $250,000 in a trash bag, a white Lamborghini, and more. Kanye West, he got Kate as well. You also had
No, black
Jamie
that out.
Foxx. Usher was named. I mean, this,
Black out Kanye West.
Usher, baby.
Continue.
the names go on and on and on.
You're not willing to accept
It's
that?
Crazy times. Crazy times indeed. All right. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. So Leonardo DiCaprio enters a federal courtroom April 3rd, 2023, and starts dropping bombshell after bombshell.
Is it just repeating?
No.
The
He keeps
words,
going.
the words that are underneath the pictures, are the actual words from the article. So he's gonna. I do hate the accent, but
The vocal fry is killing me.
it is really bad. I know it is really bad.
But
do
if
you understand?
look at what he's talking about, if you pull up the article, he's pretty much saying all the money that's been going on. But if we listen to him, you'll get to the nuggets of the information.
Right, because you don't understand how I went through all the different sources, and I'm like, it's going to take me for freaking ever to go through the different sources and have you pull them up side by side. And I said, you know what? Just show the video.
Yeah, but he's good though. He'll get there.
Yeah, I've looked at. I've personally looked up the sources,
and it checks out.
They're all there.
Yeah, it checks out.
I believe.
Thank you, Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
Here we go.
There were thrives
for about an hour. Now, Leonardo DiCaprio is testifying against Praz, one of the founding members of the Fugees. Like I said, he may go away for decades because of this. He is probably going to face jail time for sure. And the reason, in my opinion, that Leonardo DiCaprio is testifying for the government is because he didn't want to face charges as well. I mean, the FBI, they pulled him in back in 2018 because of all of this. It wasn't just the FBI talking to him either. You had the IRS, the assistant U.S. attorney for the Central District of California, plus trial attorneys for the DOJ for money laundering and asset recovery sections. Now, Leonardo DiCaprio testifies basically about everything the FBI, they grilled him on. He has also apparently testified about this stuff to a grand jury. We don't get to see that testimony, but he testified as part of that as well. But what he's talking about here is his introduction into this, how he gets involved with the players and this fiasco in the first place, because this
is crazy.
is a case involving 4.5 billion. That's
This
right.
is crazy.
Billion with a
Watch.
B dollars that ends up putting a prime minister in Malaysia behind bars, ends up putting Goldman Sachs players. They end up having one of them put behind bars, plus several other social and political players. So DiCaprio says at the first time, when I get involved, I meet a guy named Lo. Now, Lo ends up being a Chinese quote unquote dissident, aka a Chinese spy. That's what you're going to find out. But DiCaprio meets him back in 2010 at a birthday party in Las Vegas. DiCaprio says at that time he didn't know a lot about this person and thought that they were quote unquote sort of a prodigy in the business world and ultra successful. That's where Praz comes in too, because Praz helps make and solidify this connection. Now, as far as Praz goes, you have DiCaprio meeting Praz in the 1990s. He attended a Fugees concert, and DiCaprio also says that maybe he attended a Thanksgiving meal at DiCaprio's home, but that memory does not serve. Now, DiCaprio was asked also to identify Praz in the courtroom, and DiCaprio had a visible impact on the jury and the courtroom. I mean, people were covering their mouths. They were in shock that this guy, he was here and he was testifying. So you have Praz play this off. He ends up leaning back and he ends up waving to the actor, saying, essentially, hey, nice to see you. So Lo and DiCaprio's relationship, along with Praz, this is developed over time. They say at first it was purely social. That's what DiCaprio testifies to, recounting a multitude of lavish parties around the world, several of which Praz also allegedly attended. In one instance, DiCaprio said that Lo flew several celebrities to Australia from New Year's Eve, then flew them back to Las Vegas in time to celebrate the New Year's again. He was asked by the defense attorney, did you make it back in time to celebrate? To which DiCaprio responds, yeah, it depends on how you look at it. To which the courtroom laughs. And that can actually be a good thing depending on how things play out.
All right, hold on.
Because a laughing courtroom.
Because I can't personally take this.
I can't really take
very
it.
long.
If we
So
could
this-
just paraphrase what he's trying to say.
So the Chinese guy basically uses money to get influence with Hollywood, and then uses them essentially to kind of shuffle money around to then donate to the Democratic Party But
launder money.
None of them know who this guy
Launder
really
money.
is.
And it makes sense because it's like, all right, if he's quote unquote Malaysian, but we know he's
the Prime Minister of Malaysia. You know what that's from?
No.
That's from Zoolander.
Oh, it makes sense. Well, this is Hollywood playing out. Hollywood being in the bed with government. And I think he was eventually
not just that. They're literally using the pawns from different countries and using different entities to funnel money through. Like this is
this
a
is
high level.
elections.
This is extremely high level. How to shuffle money into different. This is along the same lines as what the hell is his name? Damn, the guy that took people on their plane that took
Epstein. Yeah, it's the same
Epstein
thing.
level.
Yeah, but again, look who keeps winning the elections. And I do think that the Trump election was just a diversion so that they can keep controlling and winning elections, because you can't just, roll out the plan and then you just dominate and everyone all agrees on the same political party. I just like he said at the end of the video,
like in Florida,
the Republicans are also involved as well in what's happening with controlling the actual United States of America. But if they went out in 2012, this has happened in 2012, the Obama administration, they raised like $50+ million for that election. They did it in 2008 to where everybody believed that, and I even believe this bullshit. I thought that the $50 I donated to the Obama campaign in 2008 really was a part of something. Like, I thought I was a part of something big. I was so fucking stupid and naive.
We need what an idiot button.
Yes, I was dumb as a bitch, sitting at work on a computer, not really doing I was at RG&E at the time, so I'm not really working at this time, but I'm like, all right, fuck it, I know I'm about to get paid this Friday.
Donated your 3 hours worth of work.
Oh my fucking God, what was I thinking, right? But we're stupid to think that they wasn't doing this in 2008
or the entire time.
The
entire freaking time.
The celebrities connected to the Democrats, it's like they go hand in hand. They love each other. And this proves it right here. This literally just
go look it up for yourself, because I honestly I hate that voice. So, but everything he said, look, again, I looked it up myself and I'm like, holy crap, because everything I see on TikTok, I'm like, I'm either like, there's no freaking way. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
And then I look it up myself and then I solidify. I'm like, shit, that is real.
Yeah.
That one, look it up yourself. What freaking Leonardo DiCaprio
Don't shoot the
out
messengers,
there.
Bro.
I love Leo. I'm a big fan of Leo. But the kids out there snitching like a freaking...
He's snitching. He's snitching on the whole operation.
But if I were him...
Better watch his back.
No, if I were him, I'd be snitching too. I'm like, go ahead, take him. Go ahead. I know the CIA's got me anyways.
Watch your 6, bro.
But yet another case where they don't allow cameras in the courthouse, but yet we have Gwyneth Paltrow's case everywhere.
Yeah,
what is that case? Too. Do you know what that case is even about?
She ran somebody over.
Was it her? Was it her like ski instructor?
I don't know.
It was her. She was driving and she said, "What the fuck were you doing in my way for? Like, you were in my way. Like, she get the fuck out
It's
my
the
way."
dumbest lawsuit in the world. And we have that all over the TV, all over the social interwebs.
Not that one.
Not that one. Not a single camera allowed in there. Like that, if that doesn't freaking open your mind to what they allow and what they don't allow to be seen by the public, for you to decipher for yourself, to you to be able to view. Remember, O.J. Simpson, we viewed every
that was on TV
part of it. Every day. Michael Jackson, every part of it. We saw everything, no matter how disgusting it was.
Never did we see Ghislaine Maxwell.
No matter how disgusting the Michael Jackson case was.
We didn't see shit with Epstein.
Not a single
Epstein case.
Epstein, Ghislaine. I'm sorry, what?
What happened to Michael Jackson?
Oh,
that's right. Nothing.
Yeah.
because he was proven not guilty in every aspect of
Yes.
everything he went to court for.
Yeah.
Did you ever put two and two together, like all of his songs, like "Heal the World"
Sony.
and all the kids and stuff like that, and what he was doing?
And on top of that, what Sony owed him for, and what he was fighting to actually own himself.
Man.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah.
Michael Jackson was Kanye way before Kanye.
Bigger than Kanye.
Bigger. Well, of course he's bigger.
And he also,
but that's who Kanye wanted to be. Like,
and also they didn't have the technology to create a body double.
Oh,
Clearly, they were trying to create some sort of body for him, and it just
he
was
wasn't
not
with
coming
it.
out.
No,
Yeah.
he wasn't with
Ooh.
that shit. Like, fuck, this guy can't dance for shit.
Austin,
This guy can't dance for shit.
Austin,
Yeah.
Moonwalk,
watch yourself.
not skywalk. It's the moonwalk.
Oh,
I don't know what I'm doing. Your voice is too fucking deep. Yeah.
Oh,
Throw him away.
anyways, another 2-hour episode.
Throw this clone away.
Those are 45 minutes that you spent arguing with me on semantics, essentially.
Bro, you better get your
Look,
religion.
I will-
You better get your religion in
Uh,
check, bro.
It's not a religion. Jesus didn't come to
But-
bring a religion.
Oh, it is a religion. That's what religion is. They all think they're right.
I'm literally telling you, Jesus did not bring a religion, and you're sitting here saying
That's
all
what a
religions
reli-
think they're right.
That's what a religion is. You sound
No.
like someone in a cult.
I didn't know.
All right,
Like,
you know
I'm
what
not
we're
in
gonna
a cult, I swear.
This is what we're gonna do. All right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and create a cult because I
Yes.
really truly believe that I could
I
probably.
think you're ready for that.
I am.
Okay,
It's
you're ready.
about time.
You're
It's
ready
about
for that
time.
Go ahead.
So what we're gonna do? We're find a name to call it.
Sure.
Bring it to the exorcism movie.
Yeah.
We're gonna put it in a bowl. So everyone out there that actually shows up to the exorcism movie on the 18th.
You seem more of the Jim Jones type. I think you're more.
I'm not sure what that means.
Well,
18.
Jim Jones. Well, I would say this. Jim Jones used religion as his vessel,
But he also said he was a third coming.
right.
Right. I don't
Exactly.
believe
he got
that.
it. He understood the
If-
power.
If anything, I believe I might be the Antichrist. If anything.
Nah, bro, you using Jesus with you. Like it's you. Like
You think so?
Jesus spoke to me yesterday.
No, I wouldn't go that route.
I was eating some pork butt with the wife, and she said,
You can't call her butt a pork butt. That's messed up.
"Oh, I wasn't calling her butt a pork."
I said I was eating it.
Eating pork butt.
Oh well, I mean,
You missed it. You did. The joke went way over your head. Never mind.
My
I'm with you,
bad,
Jose.
man.
Yeah,
I
thank
guess-
you, Austin.
I guess
Jeez.
you like groceries, bro. Eat the booty like groceries. We had that conversation last week.
Oh, that was a disgusting noise.
I love that we were just talking about eating ass, but I made
Austin
a
was
noise.
ready. Austin's been waiting for the last week for that. He's like, I'm gonna pull that one out. Oh hell no! I'm about to take my headphones off.
I like that we were talking about eating ass, but that noise is
That
set
noise was-
over.
Wait, but speaking of pork, like pork butt, did y'all have pork butt
But
this weekend?
Jen put her headphones even closer to her ear. She's like, Austin, do that again.
Do that.
Don't do it.
Austin, play that funky music. All night long.
But
Y'all didn't have that though for dinner? Pork butt?
pork butt
Or
Oh, for
pork
Easter?
shoulder? Yes.
for Easter?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a funny thing. Number one, no.
Mm.
But number two, do you know what white people have on Easter?
I
I
had
don't
prime
know.
rib.
You
Yeah.
do not.
I did.
For real?
Yeah.
All right, most white people. Do you know what most white people have on Easter?
Ham.
That's not crazy to you?
No.
No.
That people, white people have
not
ham,
just white
and
people. We have
and
ham
Puerto
too.
Ricans have pork butt.
See, I didn't even
We
know
ham.
that's news to me.
We eat ham.
It's pork
Yeah.
shoulder. It's right.
Yeah, ham's delicious.
Yeah, we use.
No,
You
I
said
have
we?
Yeah, black. Well, okay. My
Did you have deviled
family-
eggs too?
Yeah, my family is
Oh, you're white.
Episcopalian.
You're white.
Not at
That's it. You're
Easter,
white.
but we did have deviled eggs on.
Yeah, you're
St.
white.
Patty's Day.
Yeah, you're definitely
Probably all day. Look it.
Yeah.
That's why I get along with all of them,
It says great.
Oh, yeah, man. We know you're one of us. You didn't vote for
bro.
Biden.
Listen, I have plenty white friends.
Right.
I have a ton of white friends. But yeah, I've ham. Yo, ham is a staple in my family.
I'm not sure what Jen's laughing at. It might be Austin.
I think
It was
you
the
both.
Austin.
Was it Austin?
But
Oh.
like groceries.
God.
We make it fun, bro.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to listen to a 2-hour podcast and not make it fun. That's fantastic that we do that.
Cause we dope, man.
You know, we're a top 10%.
Really?
You okay?
Yeah, man. My throat's getting Dry.
Too much.
All this drinking.
Get
out.
What is up?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So I looked up our standings because I like to look at numbers for the podcast. Where is it right here? We are global rank top 10%. Not just in political commentary.
Hell yeah.
Just podcast?
It's podcast.
Because we consistent.
So people, we always look at the number, and I always look at them like, damn, there's only like 2 people watching us right now.
People are watching.
It's because it's 9 o'clock on a weeknight.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Did we choose the wrong night?
So
we can just choose whatever night we want.
Matter though with podcasts.
Listen,
right, because everyone checks the podcast after.
Right.
We're gonna have some discussions off air, but I have
the camper.
Can
we put it in the camper? Everyone put the notes in there. If you're watching
we
right
got
now,
some bitches in there.
maybe remind me.
I don't think my wife would go for that.
Remind me.
They don't have to worry about you, bro.
Remind me next show to bring my camper so you can actually take a look at it before you decide you actually want to do anything.
I do immediately. Yes, we can
I think
recreate it.
It's
He's
smaller
got
than you think it
renovation
is.
background, right?
Yeah, but not that savvy.
Like it,
The only one is Dan from the streets.
It's
Dan. Where you at, Dan?
I don't know that we could fit the equipment necessary in it.
Oh,
You only need 2. We don't need all this.
I don't want to be in that cramped
Turn the
space,
cameras
though,
around.
bro.
I wish you people would actually see how official we are here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. 1, 2 freaking LCD TVs looking at Austin. We have 2 LCDs over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freaking little TVs right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras looking at us. 1, 2, 3 freaking microphones. We are so official here. This is ridiculous.
We are official.
And everyone that comes in, they're like, "Oh shit, you guys are actually like official."
Yeah,
We're like,
we're legit.
"How are you thinking? Like we're
Fuck,
top?
you think
we're top 10%?"
I think people would have a very different reaction if it was in the back of my RV.
I think we need to go back to basics. I think we need to go back to the basics of going on the road and just talking to people on norm.
Again,
Because people are too afraid to come in now, which is ridiculous. Every person that comes in, what do they always say? I had the best time. This was amazing. I was scared at the beginning. I had so much fun.
Well, then once they know that we're in the top percentile of podcasts, though,
In the global rank,
yeah, just let them know.
Rank.
So you're
That's when you
saying
start promoting and marketing.
the move is since they're afraid to come to us, we come to them. Is that your idea?
Or on them.
Oh,
that would be a problem.
Oh, like Eileen?
That might be a problem.
Yeah.
Eileen.
Come on,
Come on, Eileen.
I go first, and then after that, fuck that.
He doesn't catch any.
Yeah.
You don't eat enough ham or deviled eggs to catch that.
Hey, you got mine.
I caught it.
Yeah,
of
Dexy's
course.
Midnight Runners, of course.
I didn't catch it.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
you would walk 1,000 miles though.
Oh,
Maybe.
hell yeah, man. Proclaimers.
Maybe 1,000 more,
Yeah.
just to be the man.
There
who
you go.
Walks 1,000 miles.
The fall down at your
That song in high school.
Ah, so good.
I fucking hated that song in high school.
I loved it for no reason.
I fucking hated
I
it
always like
Crazy.
They had one other song though.
because they played it in dances. I'm like, yo, could we play some fucking Tupac or some Biggie today?
You know what song I didn't like? I forgot the song actually.
Send me on my way.
Oh, I hated that song. On my way.
On my
On my way.
Send me on my way.
That was a terrible song.
Send me on my way.
It was
Yes.
was it barefoot ladies?
Bare
song?
Naked Ladies.
Bare Naked
Oh, hold on, wait,
Ladies.
hold on, whoa. Are
I
you
hated-
about to drop some hate on Bare Naked Ladies?
Yes.
'Cause
Was
I
it-
will fight you to the death.
Was it
for-
them? It was a.
It's been 1 week.
No, I hated that
That's
song.
Bare Naked Ladies.
Yes. Blues
Not that.
Travelers.
No, you can't hate on Blues Travelers.
I
You
didn't
can't
like
hate
that
on Bare
song.
Naked Ladies either.
I didn't like that song either in high school.
Can you
Because
hate-
again, I'm listening to Biggie, Tribe Called Quest, and I'm going to my homecoming dance, and
You
we're
were-
playing that shit.
You went to West Veronica.
I sure did, and I was
You know who you're
really
supposed to listen
disappointed at
to?
those. Do you know who was on the board at that time? Who was making decisions of
Board of
what
what?
we're listening to?
Board of what?
The what were they? The school board, the fucking
No idea.
the
Did you know who your
committees,
school board
the
was?
homecoming committees,
Yeah, nobody does.
all of the committees that was going on and organizing those shits. Guess who was on the boards?
Your cousin.
Our current county executive. Like, what the fuck? I can't shake this fucking guy. Can't do it. He's just fucking dictate everything in my life. Just fucked up.
Oh, speaking of, my wife was saying the other day, she goes, man, Lavelle says the F word a lot. I'm like, I
do.
know.
No, I do.
know.
Well, time out. I've gotten so much better at saying the word.
At actually saying it?
Yes, at actually
or
saying
at
it.
not saying it.
At not saying it.
Which one?
I've gotten better at not saying it. I've learned to.
I think you're getting better at saying it.
Oh, I'm getting.
Like at the appropriate times, you do say it.
At the so God fucking damn.
Put a little.
No, that was not good. That was not good.
Put a little extra emphasis, you know.
Yeah, they're on the wrong syllable.
Yeah.
Well, given that I am the cursing addict on the show, I've definitely.
I told him
put
one week.
myself in rehab.
I told him 1 week we're gonna have a swear jar.
Yeah.
He said, "What the hell kind of socialist?" He went off. I was like,
What type of shit is that?
That sounds like some forced, compelled.
There you go.
speech.
Forced compliance. It's forced compliance right there.
Maybe. Jen Nardone, she says noises. That
was from. That was
What was she
Not right
laughing at?
Yes, that's her favorite noise.
I am bringing my dog to her, so
Oh, she's the dog whisperer.
she does dog teeth things.
Oh, really?
Dog dentist.
Yo, you know
Oh,
what I'm addicted to watching off of short clips? The dog chiropractor.
No. I've never seen
Oh,
such a
yo,
thing.
to see the dogs' faces when they're relieved, like their eyes.
Yeah.
Their eyes literally be like, holy shit.
Are you being serious?
Yes, I'm dead serious. And I'm like, yo, it's good for the animals.
I haven't seen those specifically, but I get like that sort of like I've definitely fallen down like a dog grooming like rabbit hole of just like, and then like at the end they're all like
They're like yo.
Remember that
Thank
pastor?
you.
Remember that pastor that came on and said that at some point, like dog pornography was gonna be legitimized?
Yeah.
You guys are like the first step towards that.
No.
This is first step towards that.
No, the first step towards it is the woman that got
Nasty
caught
asses.
for banging a dog and
The
recording
dolphin.
it.
What about the dolphin? Remember back in the day?
I heard dolphins are like really possessive.
and they're real rapey.
Yeah,
Mad
man.
rapey.
Yo, dolphins
Yeah,
are mad
dolphins
rapey.
don't play,
They're like
man.
they're like Puerto Ricans.
I was about to say. I'm glad you
Well,
said it.
you
I
can
was
say
about
that.
to
I had to
that
say you
shit.
can't say it or
You
else-
said it. Well, I can
But
say
yeah,
it. You know what I mean?
dolphins are mad rapey.
Mad rapey.
The fact that I'm
Yeah.
black, I can talk
Like,
about all races and
listen,
then pull the black card.
and-
No,
you can't.
As Puerto Rican, I can talk about all races.
You
like-
just can't talk about black people.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. You can't because you already
How
got in
not?
trouble once.
I didn't get in trouble. See, this is the thing. You can't get in trouble unless you give someone else the power over you, right?
I agree.
At what point in the world do you think I would ever give someone else the power over me?
I totally agree. I know we can have the conversation.
Right.
It's
so
just
never
the folks
would I
who
ever get
are
in trouble.
outside of it who aren't mature enough to be like, oh, I get what you
To
said.
have an actual conversation around it?
No, that's the
Alright, get the fuck
bro.
outta here.
That's why we're on this show, getting in trouble every fucking week.
That's the
There's the
reason why
F bomb, Edna.
started
There you
this.
go. Fucking.
What she'll do is so my wife does eyebrows, eyelashes, right?
Uh-huh.
I say that. This is the effed up part. Remember
She does
the
yours.
crazy psycho that came to her shop?
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that again. I have been told shoot because we have now a police report.
Bang bang.
Yeah, shoot.
Bang bang.
But anyways, she does a certain service that it takes her an hour to do. So she can listen to our podcast.
Oh.
And she does 2 of the services in a row. She's like, oh, I listen to your podcast now, like while I'm doing the service.
There you go.
And she's like, and I start cracking up while I'm like doing the work on the woman that's down below in front of me.
So when we're talking about meat and
I forget what I doubt that's the one where she's laughing at. There was something, I forget what it was, and she started cracking up last week. She said, we are hilarious and Austin. Well, she does miss Dan. Dan,
Oh, okay. He has his own flavor.
he does have his own flavor. He remember when he dropped a hard tard?
I miss
He
Dan.
did drop a hard
Yes.
tard.
He doesn't remember. Look at him. It was the same night he was on the floor.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
That was a hard body night.
Listen,
We have to- if we-
some hard liquor in there.
He needs to
That's
let
where the
us
hard
know
tart
if he's
comes
going to
from.
come back around. There needs to be like a day off the next day or something.
Listen, he knows. Like he has accepted. Like
So he knows
if,
now?
If he comes back, there's only beer.
He's gonna be
like, no hard
sober.
liquor.
No. That's not what we're
He's
saying.
got to go hard body. Man.
At this
Come
point, we
back.
have linoleum floor, so he's okay
he's
now. And we have an additional room.
Look, all right. Even with hard floors,
As the wife gets
as-
mad at us
as
for
you've now given permission, you can
Right.
clean it up.
Oh, you're right. You're
Listen,
right.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Yeah, I was the one who stuck around last time.
No.
Mm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. What you're his
'Cause
cousin.
we couldn't smell
Yeah.
it.
So which
You're his
fine,
cousin
okay,
and you're the
it's
producer of the
fine,
show.
but
You didn't want to
I'm-
see another pool of puke on the floor.
I'm
It
laying
was in
down.
my best interest to get up out of there.
Yes.
It was
Which
a very
is-
drunken night.
It
which
was
is
a very drunk.
which is fine.
If you didn't catch that
but I'm
podcast, you
just
probably
saying-
should.
Yes.
I'm having been the one who cleans it up. I
You
am
don't
now
wanna do that
laying
shit
down the law. Like no more hard liquor for Daniel if he
beer.
comes back.
And there is a
Just really
toilet.
red.
There is a toilet down here.
Oh, there is?
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't know that.
it doesn't have a plunger though.
Mm.
A thing where you actually
Oh, you just gotta
when you click down, it doesn't do
It's
anything.
ghetto.
Yeah. So Tom,
fix it. Get that shit going.
or we take that on the road. We should just take it on the road, bro. For real.
We'll figure it out.
One show on a college campus here.
MCC, RIT, Brockport, and what's the other one? That's downtown near Chestnut Street. That
Is it?
teaches all the what?
Nas?
No.
St.
Oh,
John
NAS
Fisher?
too. Yep, that's another fourth one.
Nas, St. John Fisher,
St. John Fisher 5.
U of R.
Did I not include that?
No, you
did
didn't.
you say RIT?
Yeah, I said RIT.
All right.
Okay, I
RIT.
think you said RIT, not.
All right,
Yeah.
so 6.
I think that's it.
What's the one downtown? It's an MCC one, but it teaches you like trades.
Yeah, I have a certificate for
REOC.
the
okay,
the
yeah,
Applied
yeah,
Technology
gotcha.
Center.
7 colleges. Oh, and isn't there Institute of Technology something? Shit. I'm gonna go with 8.
RIT.
No. Yeah, there's another one. I'm pretty sure that it was defunct. 8 colleges. We're gonna go with 8. 8 colleges within a 20-mile
Yeah.
radius.
We can do a tour when they're
Cuca College,
when they're going
Listen, if we're-
into
if we're-
school, the start of school.
the
Take-
the
you
freshmen.
Mm-hmm. Bringing the fresh fish.
Like, Oswego's only like an hour.
Look at that.
That's not that far.
10. We have at least 10 colleges within a half-hour drive distance.
Yeah. I'm with that.
Kenda Camper Drive.
Oh,
half hour.
Geneseo. Yeah, Geneseo.
Oh yeah. I've gone.
Oh, so it's,
I've made it to like Watertown.
So it's drivable.
Yeah.
You're talking about aesthetically.
No, I'm talking about like logistically inside the space.
Mm.
Is it
because of his head?
Yeah, like so on the one
I don't
side
think
there's
that'd
a
be a problem.
bed, on the other side there's
looking at
there's a futon.
Okay.
So I don't know where we would set up.
How many people do you think can sit on a futon? At least 5, 8, probably.
Whoa,
3?
whoa. Maybe 3.
Maybe 2.
Maybe
like,
3.
Maybe
Sit on
2
the
to be
futon?
Sit on a
comfortable.
futon.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
No, you lay it down and you
Listen,
could double around.
If there was a love seat that
you can't
put like
put
this,
the weight on the
let me
front.
ask y'all this question.
I can't put the weight on the
Let me
front.
ask y'all this question.
Go
Would you
ahead.
sit on a love seat with another guy comfortably? Like, you're
Yes.
just gonna sit
I
next
would.
and
I-
like
you know what I do?
touch elbows and shoulders. No.
Look,
Knees.
I mean,
Now you
once you
okay?
touch
See?
the knees,
See that?
we'll see how this. We're gonna see how
if you
this.
touch a knee to a guy in a love
Homophobe.
seat, absolutely.
We're
Call
gonna
it
see how this
all
looks
day.
next week when you guys are sitting in those movie theater chairs that are
I like my
right
space,
next to each
man.
other. Jose, I want you to pull up that little middle armrest so that way you guys can get nice and
No,
Well, yeah,
I
we
like my
got to
space.
share popcorn with each other.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, you put the popcorn
No,
right in
you
the
get
middle.
your own
Yeah, in the
fucking
middle.
bag.
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
your own fucking bag.
No, you
Your
put it in between the legs,
Right.
and then you allow the other person to like reach deep
That's
down
super,
inside.
yeah.
That's super gay.
But then you just got cut the inside out.
That's 100% gay.
I don't.
It's not gay.
There you go. That is absolutely politically
There we go.
correcting.
There you go.
Right
See, now we're inclusive.
We've always been inclusive.
Diversity,
Oh, we're
equity, and
Yes,
inclusion.
We've
Inclusive
been the
as
most
fuck.
inclusive podcast on the
Absolutely. We've had
the
gay people
internet.
on, black people on, Asian.
We had
we-
Asian.
wait, hold
Puerto
on. Have we
Rican-
had
No,
Asian?
We have had Asians.
Have we not had an Asian on?
Mm-mm.
Do we?
I know of one that we can
was
get
there
on
an
to
Indian
complete that.
guy?
Have we really not had an Asian
I
on?
don't know.
No Indians yet,
Weird.
or Chinese, or Japanese, or Indonesian.
Yeah, I guess not.
Nope.
The kid that's running for my position for the Northwest City Councilman.
Bring him
seat-
in.
Yeah, we'll bring him in.
Bring
do
his
that.
ass in. We're gonna
He's
we're
Asian.
gonna read him
Yeah.
the 3rd degree. How are you even remotely not conservative?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say anywhere near me.
Well, I know he's not that.
No, we
Good
all know
fucking
that.
luck.
I like your flowery shirt.
You like that?
Yeah.
Thank
that's,
you.
Yeah.
You got to see the inside. Hold on.
It's very metrosexual.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Bam.
The fuck. Oh, you got the pride flag right there.
No, it's not perfect.
You got the colors going. It's
That's a Charlotte Hornets.
It's not like
It's
you're
a Charlotte
not
Hornets.
missing a color, maybe yellow.
Even
It's missing mad colors.
You're only missing yellow, bro.
Even
Red?
his shirt is inclusive.
That's maroon.
There's no red.
No, that's red, bro. There's red in there. Red, blue, green.
I was gonna say the red's like the first.
It's
color that
literally
pops
there,
out.
bro.
That's not red. That's pink.
You're just missing yellow.
Might be
what
fuchsia.
I think it's just lightest red.
Slightest red.
Lightest red.
Yeah, that's not red then.
That's a lightest red.
Well, when blood comes out, there's no light red. Look at this right here. This is red. That's not it.
It's just a lighter shade. That's like
Nah,
yours
bro.
is-
bro,
I'm
you got
not
red.
even-
like a
brown. How about
scarlet.
brown?
You totally have red in that shirt.
Bourbon brown. There's no bourbon brown.
No, but that's not part of the rainbow.
Yeah, that's
We red Kolsch yellow.
That's borderline.
I already called like 8 different gold. There's no gold.
Well, you don't. That's not a
There's
part
the-
of the color.
There's,
You're only
there's
missing
no
yellow.
chartreuse. There's no
Right?
lavender.
There's no ecru. Mother of pearl.
You got purple in there.
It's a 70s style shirt. No, you gotta have the bigger.
If you were
Oh,
to
yeah,
go
yeah,
into a gay club, you would fit right in.
First of all, I fit in everywhere I go, including a gay club.
Sure.
You know what the benefit
More
of
like
being me is?
They wouldn't question
You wouldn't
your
question the shit, right?
sexuality.
I walk in there like, yeah, probably, maybe. I don't.
But you know what? It doesn't matter because I was just watching this one video, and this former convict was talking about the lifestyle in prison. He was like, "Yo, mad dudes that you think is straight is like they get the pass of being, butt pirates because when they get out, they're straight again. But when they're inside, they got boyfriends and
It's like drag queens.
yeah. Well, and that's another thing they said too. The
Someone
the
got offended by
drag
that.
queens within prison, they literally run the show. They're
Yeah.
like coveted, bro. Like
Because there's nothing more masculine than getting.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
Every man out there knows exactly what I was about to say. Every single one.
I don't want to be that masculine.
No one does.
I don't want.
But when you've gone down that road, at what point are you not the man?
Nah, bro.
Just saying.
Call me a bitch.
If you're getting
it,
I'm not answering the question.
You started it.
Yeah, but it was
You
already
opened
finished.
that
Everyone knew exactly where it was going.
See, I'm
Everyone knew
curious.
the answer.
I'm not sure because you said the masculine one is getting.
I'm not saying
I
anything.
thought the masculine.
I didn't say anything.
I thought he was the one that was giving.
I said
it.
Yeah.
All I said was
from the show Oz, he was the most masculine dude on the show, and he was taking it from everybody. But what you just said, you just switched it. If you're the one that was like getting it, are you masculine? Like at that point,
is it not a pseudo world? So does not everything switch once you walk into that world?
I have no idea. I don't know how it works. Maybe we need to bring
Austin would know.
I thought the penetrating.
Yeah, that was the part.
That was the masculine.
Wouldn't it be the accepting that makes it masculine?
No, because I said
penetrating is easy. You can have you can have a 1 inch and be penetrating.
But that's the masculine act.
Mm-hmm. You mean
the
the
giving
top
part?
Right. Yeah, right.
The assumedly masculine act is the top,
right?
From a straight man perspective.
And I think when traditionally people try to apply that,
go ahead
to a gay,
tell us more, Austin. Tell us more. Austin.
Like remember, like I feel like they don't say this anymore, but like people used to be like, oh, which one's the guy? Remember like that was like
Who's
a
the
thing,
wife?
right?
You would assume the guy that is giving is the guy,
right?
Versus the guy that can withstand all of the pressure of the giving.
Meat is the masculine one.
Yeah,
He's the one that's taking the brunt.
I think when that question was asked, the assumption was the one penetrating is the guy, because that's what
before 2012.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like,
The world already switched.
I'm thinking like I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry era.
Yo, it's pretty funny. I'm not gonna label Stryker 1v1 as anything, but Stryker 1v1 said that's a 70s style shirt. So 70s is when the gay revolution kind of.
No, that wasn't gay revolution. That was love.
That was the 60s. The gay revolution was in the 70s for sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I was trying to make it up so I didn't sound gay, probably.
Look, we've passed that threshold.
Are we gone? Are we gone past it?
It's too late.
I would 100%
Can't put the
believe.
genie back in the bottle.
I've said this to Edna many times. I was at Studio 54 and I was
You
going,
was in there?
I was going buck crazy.
Yeah.
So whatever you want to take of that, I don't personally care. Nor do I know because I wasn't alive.
Striker's old. That's why. Striker's old. That's not a code word
Is
for.
Striker?
That's not your
fraternity name.
It's not your Tumblr name, right?
That's a YouTube name. Because he's
Yes,
on
I say
YouTube.
he's on
responding.
YouTube. Thanks for watching, Striker.
Yeah, I appreciate. I appreciate anyone still on. There's more people on now than there was 2 hours ago.
Yo, man.
Watching live.
What?
Again, the amount of people that watch or listen, not even watch, more people listen to us than watch us, which is crazy. Because I would rather
want to see my face. Man.
I'm a watcher. I'd rather watch.
Right. We do a lot of pictures and videos and stuff.
Yeah.
This handsome smile.
Oh, call sign in Iraq. Were you
That's
inverted?
What
Nobody?
does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
Damn.
Don't know what that means.
Tom Cruise, original
Maverick,
because he was inverted.
No.
Damn.
I don't get.
You don't watch very many movies. I don't care what you say.
What? That's what's up. Jen is a watcher. She wants to see it go live. She wants to be live.
No,
you guys.
I don't think that's what Jen was referring to.
No. Oh, you talking about some other stuff? Yo,
she wants to see your toy in action.
No.
Did you take it home?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It's a gift. And I showed my mom. I was like, yo, mom, look at this crazy shit we got on the show today.
Oh, my.
She's like, what?
Yo, she messaged me like 2 days after. I think
Who, my mama?
No.
That my mom?
Back in the day, I would have said, yes, your mama.
Oh, watching live Jose, not watching two dudes.
Watching Jose live. She used the words.
Yeah.
Watching Jose live.
Yeah, Jose.
That's what she prefers is watching Jose live.
Plug your OnlyFans.
My OnlyFans is.
You got an OnlyFans, bro?
It's not out there for the public.
Oh, it's for OnlyFans.
It's mostly for personal. I actually only I subscribe to myself because I love watching myself.
Oh, the real narcissist.
Yeah, I'm a real narcissist.
Any more narcissistic than that?
You know, I told you last week, a true narcissist.
Bro.
Make the noises yourself. Yeah.
He loves that the most. He absolutely loves when you do that.
Because it's funny as hell.
But no, Diane said she was very happy about coming on the show. She was like, that was freaking fantastic.
Oh,
that was a great time.
Fun.
That's her name, Diane. Come again, Diane.
Please do.
Anytime.
Don't bring gifts next time.
No,
as much as I appreciate,
you are a terrible
bring one
gift
for me.
giver.
She said it was life changing.
Listen,
that's what's up,
Diane. I want the plus model, whatever the next one up she was talking about, the one with the noises and all that.
I thought you meant the bigger hole. Get it, Austin.
Get it, Austin. Look, I am 1%.
Give me the whole fucking.
He said, "I don't want to get the chafing going."
Yeah. Listen, I need some girth.
Could you just imagine getting caught like beating your meat with a machine? Somebody's gotta look at you like you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Who would be catching you?
Anybody like you?
No. Think about it. Who would be catching you? Your wife and your mom.
Yeah,
that's really it.
Well, wife, anybody that has access to.
So if you're
you and your
let's
privacy.
say you were married and your wife caught you doing that, what would she say?
Probably file for divorce.
You think so?
Yeah, man. I don't
so.
think. Listen, I think that it's a
Remind
double
me-
standard with women using toys versus men. We have just different level of, like standards, bro. Like we are not supposed to be beating our meat like that. Period.
Remind me to tell you a story after the show.
You mean off camera?
Yeah.
Pussy. You got a whole podcast about this stuff, and he's over here saying
other
off
people
camera.
involved.
Well, like I said
Drop
before,
some names.
beating your
Tom.
meat is not good for men. Period. It's just not. It's like we withdraw our power. By
So
doing
we did
that.
have a preacher on that did state that.
Yeah.
He was the first preacher that came on.
Sure.
The one that went out on Clinton. No, not on Conkey. And was talking to people.
Yes.
And he came like out of nowhere. He said, "You guys need to stop watching porn and stop."
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "Whoa, dang!"
Yeah.
And nobody was even talking about that, but okay.
But it's true though. It's true.
So
We don't
you're-
operate the same way as women.
So are you a believer in like if you keep the sexual urges down, then you become a stronger man.
Yes, and women naturally pick up on our testosterone and our
So you got the
our
pheromones
levels.
going.
Yeah, they
Okay.
know if we are.
Are you saying this from personal experience? Because it seems like you've gotten. Hold on, let me say before you even say anything else.
Mhm.
For the past at least 2 months, it seems like your confidence level has increased. So are you getting laid more? Are you getting more dates? Are you getting more advances? What's happening?
I'm in the gym.
The gym is what's
Yeah,
happening. So you're around
absolutely.
more guys.
No, I'm just around myself, and my confidence level is based off of. I know I went to the gym today, and I'm pretty sure that like the men around me did not go to the gym and do the things that I've done. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. But I can look at another male and see within just that, I can look at another male and say, all right, if we were to go to gym today, you wouldn't be able to put up, a certain amount of pounds, right? Like you wouldn't be able to bench 225 right now. You know what I mean? That's the confidence that you get from just going to the gym. And then when you're walking around, you notice that, women be like, oh shit, that motherfucker is got broad shoulders and biceps and triceps developed. He must go to the gym.
What do you think women look at first?
Your meat.
Yeah.
Meat gazers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For sure.
And
So
if
do you
you're-
wear, what kind of underwear do you wear to the gym then?
Oh, I'm boxer briefs all day.
Oh, you're straight swinging.
No. Boxer briefs.
Oh, boxer briefs. My bad. My
Oh.
bad.
I'm
See,
together.
all about the boxers.
Yes.
Because you can't constrict the.
See, he's
No,
constrictive.
I'm putting them together. Keep them up. As I get older, I don't want my nuts to swing. Want to be no
you
fucking.
gotta let them swing.
No, because then they're gonna be like fucking just hanging. And
Yeah.
they're gonna look like
you got
So let me give you my story here, for no reason other than talking about my dick.
Yeah, talk about it.
So I gone from boxers to boxer briefs, which I am 100% believer in boxer briefs, because you're absolutely right. As you get older, they tend to just
want them to hang.
Yeah. But when I go to bed, I don't like boxer briefs.
You just let them hang.
I would rather go to bed naked, but my wife bought me boxers to go to bed in because she didn't like
you're changing
the man.
Who the fuck does
stuff.
that? You just take them shits off, just go to sleep.
Yeah. Oh no, I definitely just do that.
No.
But randomly, I wear the
Inside
boxers.
the PO's bedroom
Right.
today on.
So just like,
politically
because I know she's
corrected.
not watching now, so I can just say whatever I want to say.
Oh, but when she picks up on it doing fucking somebody's
Well, it's
eyebrows.
Wednesday night. I'll probably get late tonight, and tomorrow it'll be
there you
different.
go.
Than
It's too late. Like, oh, babe, that was after the fact.
well, she loves the confidence in the man, right? I think that's what a woman really looks at, is the
Yes.
confidence,
Sure.
and it is shown in I hate the word swagger, in the swing and the walk and the talk and the
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
professionalism and
absolutely.
everything there is about a man.
Yeah.
You see the confidence. I really believe that, but at the same time, it's hard to build confidence when you don't believe in yourself because you haven't gone through anything.
Yeah.
So if you haven't gone through shit, if you haven't failed at anything, there's a problem. You can't really, you're not at that point confident. You're just cocky.
Well, if you come from, I think whatever background you come from, so if you're used to being in like an athletic type of atmosphere, you know what I mean?
Sure.
That is where the confidence comes in because you had to compete.
Yeah, but as a past.
Yeah, but still, you still keep that mentality. I mean, just depends on how
But you
long
have
you
to-
were.
That's a big point, because I think that you have to compete at something as an
Mhm.
adult.
Yeah.
And when you stop competing at something is when you stop becoming the alpha male.
Yeah.
Because as an alpha male, you have to compete and you have to win.
But you don't not necessarily have to be an alpha. You could be a sigma. You could be right in the middle. You could be someone that understands the importance of working out and use that to your advantage, because it will increase your testosterone. It will keep that bitch ass estrogen out of you. And then your ability to communicate and talk to women increases because they're going to have their eyes on you. They're going to, they're going to be engaged with you. And you, as a sigma male, can pick up on those signs and can conversate with them.
Okay.
I honestly didn't know what a sigma male was.
I'm curious. I don't know what all these alpha sigma beta, gamma,
Delta. It's a fraternity.
yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure where on that spectrum I'm falling, but
You're in.
Do you find it
I'm
easy to
look? I'm not an athletic male, personally. You know, I don't know. I do physical work.
I bet you can wrestle a bear.
Oh, I can lift. Like no,
Right.
yeah, like no, it's business. But
A man.
I have a bit of a gut, you know, and
Doesn't matter.
I agree. But I'm coming from a different place, I think. And my, like, I guess move, my or what I lean on is
Comedy?
like, yes, humor. That's my jam.
But that's what separates an alpha from a sigma and sigma from a beta. You would be more aligned with sigma males because I'm pretty sure within just conversating with anyone, you are confident in what you know. And just because it's a female, you're not going to shy away from what you believe and what you feel. You're going to speak your mind and engage within a conversation.
Yeah.
So you're going to pick up on certain different sides.
I think there's a difference between what his version of sigma male versus the beta male, because he's actually smart and intelligent and actually can speak eloquently about the topic.
Right.
So therefore you can't be a beta male because you are smart.
Yeah, but betas are willing to not speak up their mind, speak their mind. They're willing to take a step back and say, okay, you lead female. You know what I mean? Versus I can tell you're not afraid to be like, yo, listen, no, shh, quiet. I got this.
How is it with your girlfriend though?
So like with my current girlfriend, I'm just gonna get. So we met on Facebook dating. That was what.
There's a Facebook dating thing.
Yeah,
it works. Right?
Yeah. Oh, it's solid.
Works.
Yeah, because I find the Facebook dating was better than like Tinder or any of those. Like I felt like Facebook girls were just nicer. They were a little
more real.
Yeah. But my opening line with my current girlfriend was,
"Ooh, give it away."
Listen, I'm no good at small talk. So, what are your thoughts on sex, politics, and religion?
That's what I'm. Whoa, that is gangster right there. I like that.
Straight to big talk.
What was her answer though?
She laughed like ha ha ha, and then she got into it. She was like, "All right, here's my thoughts on this."
Okay, there you go. Let's do it.
And
do you feel like that?
And we were off to the races. You know?
Would you recommend that for anyone else?
If you're confident in your own answers,
there's a difference there.
You have to be able to give it back, and
yeah.
And you know what? I found that was really good because if a girl wasn't confident enough to give an answer to that,
right?
I don't want to deal with her anyway.
So what are you dealing with right now?
Absolutely fucking nothing. Because for me, I don't like the online side of dating today because I don't think it's natural. It's not a natural way to kind of meet people.
Well, it's not a natural way to meet people. Isn't it just a way to say hi to somebody?
It's a tool. If it works, but I'm not saying that it's not effective. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying that at all.
You did say it's not effective.
No. For me,
okay, because
just for myself, I'm more of a physical type individual. I need to see you in front of me to be attracted to you. Like the picture itself, I need more out of that. I'm not with the virtual side of connecting, communicating as a way of meeting my potential, mate for life, right? I need to kind of see and pick up on different types of vibes and energies in order for me to be like attracted.
You're not saying physically you need to be attracted to her because she has to be a 36, 25, 34.
Right. I'm not very superficial either like that.
It's just the aura.
Besides the feet. If your feet is fucked up, we're not even going down. We're not. We are not. I'm sorry. There's no shot. Like if you got big ass feet and you got.
What if they have big like toenails?
No.
Well, what if they're pulling like a Malik? They actually have really
oh
small
my
feet.
God.
And they're hiding in them big old clown shoes.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you that there was somebody? I'm not gonna say who. Somebody at, let's just say, City Hall that brought up. They're like, "Yo, when you guys were talking about," and I looked at that person, and I was like, "You watch our podcast?" And they were like they were afraid to say that they listened to our podcast, and they're like, when you brought up that, they're like, I was dying laughing because I talk about it all the time. I'm like,
yo, we're not the only ones, man. We see everything. We don't miss shit. That's a motherfucker.
Well, not only that, it's you don't know who's listening to us.
Yeah.
And that is probably the best part about what we're doing is that you don't know who's listening to us. And therefore, you don't know who might be persuaded by what we're saying, which means that you are losing people on the far left who might just be like, I'm kind of done with this extremism and I kind of want to be like more right here in the middle.
Be normal, bro.
Right.
We're normal. We don't get it right all the time.
We're very attractive men.
I do.
I agree with that.
In a way that is, you can't teach somebody to be a salesman in a way that we are selling normal.
Yeah.
You can't be a salesman in the way that you're saying that you need to be attractive in a way that you just bring people who are they just flock towards your ideology, your mentality, no matter if they believe in what you're saying. Because there's people that say, I don't agree with everything you say, but I love the fact that you're saying it. And therefore I keep watching. Or I don't agree with everything you're saying, but the vast majority of it, like if it was half and half, I do agree with 51% versus 49%. I was like, oh, that's all I need.
Well, if that was the case, we would be dictators. And if we wanted everybody to agree with you, everything you said.
No, I want everybody to agree with me.
See, there
but
you go.
also,
It's
the what do you call it? I'm just full of myself, I guess.
Narcissistic.
Narcissism.
No, I think that people who are willing to just think for a minute, just close your eyes for a second and just think. When you watch the news, when you hear your crazy friends who all they talk about is the same thing over and over again, and they obviously only have like one aspect of the conversation, just for 1 second, that's all I'm asking you to do is just like 1 second, just like close your eyes and think, what would Jose and Lavelle and Austin say?
Yeah.
What would Jose? I think they would say this. All right, what side do I agree with? Oh, it doesn't need to be a side. You're right. That's us. There doesn't need to be a side. You don't have to be on the extreme left. You don't have to be on the extreme right. And you don't have to be right or left. You can literally be right here where we just want to have an America where we are okay to live with another person that doesn't agree with what we believe in, but yet you're allowed to be friendly. Like literally, I've been sitting here with these two heathens next to me, and I can still host a podcast every freaking week and still not freaking lose a beat, and knowing that no matter what, we're going to, at the end, always walk away still being friends.
The moment I see Austin walk in here with a chain and a cross, we're fucked. The world is over.
Look,
that's what I'm getting worried.
I picked one up the other day and it just sort of melted in my hands. You know,
it was probably the one on freaking on TikTok, that the fake jewelry one.
Oh man, as our show's atheist,
so hot.
Atheist, liberal.
I'm literally like, yo, if I see that shit, I'm going to church. If you go first, I'm going right.
But he knows what's the first thing you grab if you want to kill a freaking vampire?
Garlic.
Vampires aren't real.
Oh my god!
I'm going with garlic.
You can kill a vampire however you want because they're not real.
I'm going with garlic.
You're not gonna go with the cross?
I'm going with the garlic. Fuck it.
I was gonna say a steak.
Wooden cross.
Wooden steak.
Steak to the heart.
Well, the wooden cross keeps them away. The wooden stake, you can kill them through the heart.
Mm-hmm.
You can chop their head
I
off.
was gonna say it depends on what version
garlic.
of vampires. You know?
Fuck it.
In case
everyone hates garlic.
In case someone needs to ask,
except me, I love.
Don't
garlic.
invite people into your house, because if they're a vampire, once you invite them into your house, then they can kill you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, everyone knows that, right?
Everyone knows that.
They're supposed to know that.
Rule number one. Absolutely.
Anyways, next,
you know, that's why everyone who comes to my door, I hold up a mirror first. And
Hey,
then
do y'all see Maya
you know,
on my phone? Right here. You see her?
Can't nobody see
wait,
that.
hold on.
She's my screensaver. See that girl right there?
Oh,
you see her right there? She called me yesterday.
Yo?
Yep, she called me.
Now hold on.
Do you really think she's better than Kelly Rowland?
Wait.
Absolutely.
Lavelle, have you met this person in person? Does she actually exist?
Yeah, she does.
Right.
Exist.
Like, hold on.
She exists, man.
Does she?
I just want to make sure, like, that you're not.
You have at least 4 people.
catfished.
Do you have at least 4 people in your circle who says that she exists?
Yes.
And they've seen her in person?
Yes.
And,
You're
and were
lying.
those
You're lying.
accounts written within decades? of
Absolutely.
seeing her?
I talked to her yesterday.
When was the last time she pulled out an album?
She don't need another album.
No, when was the last time? 20
I
years
don't know.
ago? 20?
Maybe Ghetto Superstar with
20 years ago.
ODB.
30
Who
at this
fucking
point.
knows?
Shit.
I don't know. I'm not with her for her singing.
About the same time that the first gospel was written.
Don't care.
Oh, sure.
Were you talking
Next
about
Tuesday.
better
So, like,
as far as
decades later.
musically? Are we
Next
talking about looks,
Tuesday.
ass? Yeah, I mean,
She's not that cute.
Next Tuesday.
What?
Oh yeah, what's the showtime?
get out of here.
Next
bro.
Tuesday, 7:45 is the Pope movie. What is it called?
The Pope's Exorcist.
Yo,
Pope's
come on out,
Exorcist.
y'all.
Russell Crowe.
Come on out. We're gonna
7:45,
be
we're
there.
out.
Where at? Why y'all choose Webster though, bro?
Because there's
It's Tinseltown or no town, bro.
there's too many rambunctious
Fuck.
people at Tinseltown.
I'm like, they ain't.
no,
man. They got the best popcorn too.
Listen,
Fuck y'all
you
eating
know,
over
Too rambunctious.
there. Fuck.
Is that the
It's
properly way to
dis-
say
di-
it?
Discount movie day at AMC.
I didn't get a discount.
is
There's no
that- it
discount
is-
online.
You have to sign up for you have to go to their buy the ticket right on their
Yeah, not
website.
doing that.
Oh, see, they
I
got it
don't
at
know.
they got it at Tinseltown all day, every
$6
day on Tuesday.
Jen's on still. She's watching. We got 3 other people that are watching live, which is ridiculous that people would
Yo,
watch us
order
live,
us some
which is
pizza.
crazy.
If we ever did a marathon show with people like
If we
Send
if
that
we
shit.
end the show right now, you could probably whip across
Excuse
the
me.
street. I think they Little Caesars closes at 10.
ooh, it might be a wrap.
Uh,
Dollar Theater. There's no more Dollar Theater there.
yeah,
It's a wrap.
no.
You know the pizza is gross, right?
Yeah.
But it's good when
Oh,
it's like
yeah, I was gonna
once
say,
it's straight out the box, you better get it before
Bad
20
pizza
minutes.
is still pizza.
I disagree.
Okay.
It's just not pizza you can eat after it's cold.
Yeah. No, because then it reverts to what it really is.
Fuck yeah.
Right,
Reverse
so
the
that's not
plastic.
real pizza.
It
Thank you.
goes to the
Thank you.
plastic
Yeah.
that you don't want to eat.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Congeals into its true form.
And I damn sure don't want to eat no McDonald's. I was fasting today and
I'm sorry. Say
I
it
had to
again.
break it. I was fasting. I fast a lot.
How many hours?
Oh, 24 hours every day. 1 meal a day.
You can't fast 24 hours every
Yes,
day.
you can. Intermittent fasting.
It has to
1
be
meal
23 and a half.
a day. No, intermittent fasting.
Right. So you eat at like 7 o'clock every day or
Mhm.
something. Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of do that most days anyway. Because like I don't just
Well, you definitely slimming though. I can tell the difference.
yeah, I'm down 55 pounds.
Yeah, you look really good.
Well, we saw the video earlier.
What video?
Yeah. Oh.
In case anyone missed it, go ahead and put it on for Jen.
Oh, no,
No
that's
wonder
not
Jen's
you.
hungry. Oh, get it.
Is that real?
All right, take that off. That's fucking gross.
Oh, it looks like a
I'm just joking,
fucking-
Austin. You don't look like that.
Nah,
He has
nah.
a better beard.
Oh.
He is so mad that you
Man.
don't like Jesus.
Talk about my
He
Jesus
thinks
one more
we
time. I was gonna
He is
say-
so pissed.
Talk
That
about my
is-
Jesus one more time.
That is what narcissists do, right?
Oh yeah.
Their little slide jabs and shit like that. You just slide them in at you.
Jose, I'm fine with your.
I
your
love sliding in.
Jesus.
That's what I do. I love sliding in.
Shit. Oh shit. No, that wasn't a 6-pack. That was a fucking
Like a-
35-pack.
It was like a 6-pack of like Capri Suns. You know, like those like packets. They're not solid.
Like stitched upon each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like you know,
gross.
real
You're roadie.
like he looks like you remember those Capri Sun commercials where the kids drink it and they sort of turn into like the liquid and like fly
And they're
around.
sucking each other?
In what?
In. I almost lost everybody on that one.
Like,
you did.
Like they're sucking in and they like
Say-
start sucking in.
Say pause.
oh no, I was thinking like they turn into like the
sucking
silvery
each other.
like
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Whoa.
See how disgusting the minds of this podcast
Where
is?
you just go?
Jeez,
they
we are
turn-
a Christian
You just
podcast.
start
they turn into like
sucking
that
people.
silver liquid and like fly around or something. You remember those commercials? No, that might have been after your time.
Yeah.
I was watching. Kids
Oh wait,
shows
this
in
is
the-
look
in
who
the
else I
90s,
have.
2000s.
No, that's Molly Quirm right there. She's ESPN. She's my wallpaper. She is.
Why
my
are we showing this? I don't
wallpaper.
understand why you're showing
You
these
wanna
women
know
off.
why I'm showing this?
Yeah, why?
Because this
Is that the type of woman you want
this is
messaging you?
manifesting what's about to come on my door.
See, Jen knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So Jen, like my joke was that guy looks like he started drinking Capri Sun and like stopped halfway when he was like melting.
When you say that
Mm.
guy, are you talking about the new spokesman for Bud Light?
Ooh, yeah.
We'll
You
talk
brought him
about
back
that
up
next
again.
week.
You brought
next
that-
week's.
You brought that nut job up again.
Yeah, we're not doing that again. That guy's
Dude, did Nike really give him some shit? like a sports bra and some fucking yoga pants and
Well,
said, "Go out there and promote
Next
this
week
shit."
on Politically Correct.
Yeah, for we're only going 3 hours long.
Yes, you're right.
I agree. He's flaccid. Who are you talking about? Austin? That's messed up.
No. Oh, my
You can stop. Yo, you are just. Oh my God, Austin, you need to go read the Bible.
You need to go read that book.
I read the
Are you gonna read that book?
Oh, then you need to go.
You better read that book.
I read the Bible. I
Because
know more
Austin,
Bible
honestly,
stories than
I'm
most
gonna
people.
tell you right now, I'm not gonna read this book.
Oh my God, give me that freaking book. Jeez.
I'm not gonna do it.
I made it as a
He better have a fucking
believer.
he better have a YouTube page or
I've
something.
literally made it 48 pages, and I said, "Oh, this is a perfect,
He better just do something on
perfect
TikTok.
book for my friends."
Sum that shit up. 7 minutes.
I think the problem with our arguments about things being real is you're coming at them from the perspective that everything is real, which then you use as evidence.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
The witnesses is the one that's got. We
Right.
got witnesses. That's
Right.
what they said on fucking every conspiracy that they wanted you to believe.
Right. Well, where are the witnesses? Where are the witnesses?
Allegedly.
All right. Well, next week, I'm politically correcting. I'm going to play that funky
How do
music.
you convince a heathen to stop going to hell? Just playing. We appreciate you coming on. I appreciate all the conversations because this needs to be had. I think even across religious beliefs, across political beliefs, across sexual beliefs, conversations need to be had and need to be had in a space that is very inclusive. And that's who we are. We're very inclusive here.
I'm so sick of that fucking word. Inclusive.
How dare you?
Can we need another word, bro.
No. We're going to use the words that they use against them. You got to reverse it. No, you got,
this is inclusive, right?
Yeah, you got to put the thing down, flip it, and then reverse it.
We are the show of the bad joke.
We also are the show of the sexy three dudes.
The bad racist joke.
And we're going to take this, Tom, we're going to take all this here and we're going to take it into the camper. We're going to start, after the movie, we're going to start raising capital for that. So I appreciate everyone coming on. Next Tuesday, we're going to the movie theater in Webster. 7:45, is it?
7:45. Come on out. Watch a movie with us.
7:45. Come watch a movie.
Yeah.
It's a religious movie. About Austin's favorite people.
I saw the trailer for it. I just saw John Wick 4. Man, that trailer looks cheesy.
For John Wick 4?
No, for the Pope's Exorcist.
Oh,
that little kid, like the one who's possessed. Bring me the priest. It's so cheesy.
Yeah, that part is pretty bad.
Yeah,
I got the article that was.
Did he allow that? Oh, he sounds like an evil Fozzie Bear.
I need to see. I'm gonna watch the original Exorcist first before I go there.
Have you ever seen The Exorcist 3?
No.
Ooh, watch that.
That's good.
I love The Exorcist 3. That's one.
I think my mom said it was good too.
That's my favorite Exorcist movie.
And she's a fan of the first Exorcist, and she's like a fucking like, oh my God, I'm scary. And she likes that movie. She will literally watch it. And
George C. Scott and Brad Dourif are so good in The Exorcist 3. So,
I'm gonna check it.
Yeah, do it up. All right.
I'm
gonna play that funky music.
Right.
We're getting out of here.
Before you go, RochesterFirst.com, there's an article that they had Christian Garzone had a interview with me outside. Go read it. It says as dirt bike season hits city streets, Councilman calls for enforcement. Go check it out. Give me a little shout out. Christian Garzone, RochesterFirst.com. Go check out the article and let us know what you think.
Why you ain't lead with that though, bro?
And see us next Tuesday at Webster Theaters, 7:45 for the Pope's Exorcist.
Yes. Awesome. Hit that funky music.